NDC for ne yɛsɛ di ɔmo yaw hwɛ number mo nya wɔ parliament
ya na wɔsɛ kɛ
na mo NDC for mo te hɔ na me se sɛbe mpreduasa NDC ɔmo yɛ useless opposition wonim de ntia dirty work na yɛn no yɛn mbɛburu na yɛ asɔle no wonim sɛ mo atagi NDC for ɛde ntia NDC a relax sɛ yɛn mbɛburu no yɛn yɛbɛsan ba me ma Ghana for nyina te aseɛ NDC ne MPP ɔmo te sɛ Democrat and Republican saa na ɛteɛ ɔmo yɛ nan mienu taxes yɛ abɛyi NDC nim sɛ ɔno so ba power obedidi wɔ ho ntɔn kasa enti sɛ NDC for mpanyinfo tumi tena hɔ na yɛ approve saa saka wei budget wei a na ɔmo nso adwembɔ ne wɔ mu tirim na yɛ ka kyɛ NDC ne MPP sɛ yɛama mu close to 30 years deɛ mo de yɛ Ghana no ɛnsɛm fata ɔma mpanyini nana ado ntumi ntena kurom a sɛbe mpreduasa papa panyimu a wenya 77 years woji deɛ ngo wiase deɛ mese ankɔma panyin nana ado wo deɛ akratu kuma se ka kwan
yɛfa gye wudin kɛkɛ
yɛ kwan no asphalt aha wo deɛ double na fa wudin kɛkɛ ɛto so na deɛ wu nakɔ no mahu sɛ the Ghanaian are timid ɛna yɛsura deɛ ɛne demonstration yɛyɛ a yɛka sɛ yɛkɔ wei parliament house no ɛdi parliament house no kɛkɛ meba no bɛsi monhwɛ yɛ ne yɛnkum o why na ɛba bɛku obi wɔ ha some of us are ready to die because of this yɛnara assassin no ɛm sɛ yɛto a yɛnte ase a me say God bless our homeland Ghana na ɔse yɛtwam nyame bie no ɔbɛbless Ghana wegyimi Ghana pɛ na yɛ national anthem ɛyɛ prayer Ghana pɛ o ɛne yɛ national anthem yɛ mpaebɔ sɛ God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great wegyimi sɛ yɛ nyame na mɛboa o dabi.
Morning, big man.
na bibi abɔkɔ deɛ
What president were you from?
ɔkɔlive
Ɔkɔlive,
yeah sure
Wouldn't him say it was state of emergency?
ɛwɔ Ghana
fellow Ghanaians,
Wouldn't him say?
aye
No be an country president here.
fellow
Say,
Ghanaians,
young Nuanoma, what Keta district, you know, South, we're friending,
Keta
Keta, the whole Keta district, South the year out of the rules. South whole district, you know, sea line in now, when you say, yeah, submerged. Okay. What president?
ɔkɔlive sɛ wa ɔyɛ adwuma wo bra sɛ wotumi kɔgye wɔn ahome
Who your president say, who what this shit were in a state of emergency? Won't mean co leave. Who will leave as I say, what banner what this shit? We your president.
fellow Ghanaians,
The whole Keta district now submerged. Who will leave? How? Now no president out here and we are saying. What this shit? Now Keta, the whole Keta district, no munti asema making ye. Dan was the president Mahama come on mattress when
OHENE mental kaso. OHENE mental kasa.
Yes. The real issue is the fact that we do not want that stupid e-tax.
Yeah.
We don't want that e-levy. We want it. One is the budget. So that's what we don't want. And they're using this.
Morning, big man.
Na bibi aboko there.
What president were you from?
Okolive.
Okulive.
Okolive, yeah, sure.
Wouldn't him say it was state of emergency?
Oh, Ghana.
Fellow Ghanaians.
Wouldn't him say?
Aye.
No be an country president here.
Fellow Ghanaians.
Young Nuanoma, what Keta district, you know, south, we're friending,
Hello, say Parliament House ever handed petition, but the more question I would say it, man, I need to know because what's one premier group? Return one man, Nipa, Kakre, Nipa, one handed petition. Young I have a young, will represent young. Yaba I will represent young in terms of democracy. Hey, I can't say democracy in here to my one. Democracy is more than what's one man cook. One perfect you, what I say for war. You not get to Ghana. Why are the Pama and what I say 1 million members? Small who never. See, the Abba Parliament House, I had the petition everyone. What's 1 million members? A principle and the national security for our bro. Why demonstrate? Why won't say you won't see you? Inti yawa enti atanya hande yan petition ne ke yati
Lema Ghana ni obi ade ye nyina ye dia Parliament today see hon enye mo personal property enye mo personal company no matter so mo Ghana for ma taxpayers money in this year. I am no Yesika. 275 MPs na wo. Yen constituency am one MP wo. At the Sesania, who Kofi na wo hwe papa. Na security man so ma unko hu papa. Anya bi MP so bo won to man no mo ye. Enye this is from Mute.
Wo bo pese e call because wo bo ye yie.
Aye.
Mental kaso OHENE. Be near my boy now by but wo ho to Hano. O mic no. I say we call out now we reconfigure mic ni view from say phone now use to reconfigure from the phone to StreamYard.
Morning, big man.
Na bibi aboko there.
What president were you from?
Okolive.
Okulive.
Okolive, yeah, sure.
Wouldn't him say it was state of emergency?
Oh, Ghana.
Fellow Ghanaians.
Wouldn't him say?
Aye.
No be an country president here.
Fellow Ghanaians.
Young Nuanoma, what Keta district, you know, south, we're friending,
Keta.
Keta, the whole Keta district. So the year after the was. So our whole district, you know, sea line in now. When you say yeah, submerged. Okay. What president?
Okolive. So oye juma obra say utimi kwaje wa home.
Who your president say who what this shit were in a state of emergency? Who to mean could leave? Who will leave as I say what banner what this shit? We your president.
Fellow Ghanaians.
The whole Keta district now submerged. Who will leave? How? Now no president out here and we are saying what this shit now. Keta, the whole Keta district, no munti asema making ye. Dan was the president Mahama come on mattress. Mwenieji, reke se o.
Okay, Mr. Koranteng, I feel them.
Very good. Yeah, come on.
We are very sorry, pa. Ejawa himself be na use ntino. Enya de say Anya de say yeboa pa be yesa nti we de abusiafo a mo hwe yesrem pa mo fa nche yen papa. Vida to four has say or say good evening brother David, how you doing? Me that say Said o has say ye chia papa. Ye be bon komo yesrem ye nhye da nche bebre na mo fa nche me pa. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Mr. Koranteng Bacho mo akwa.
Memo, a very beautiful evening. Ghana de say one ball 10 after 5 inti
Yeah. So yeah.
yenya pa
That me that's a pass bibi aboko.
oh bibia the ding bibia the
Da
ding.
nananom ne twedi ampo ase papa. Where they very quickly na yan chase because emre na di kan koda da 10 minutes etwema em say set up ne ade no ntino. Yeah, edi kan ekoda da. For me dear, me no abon komo kakra na madofo edi mechi so kakra bi enimo. Enye nipa dodo na animo. Enti we there very quickly no. Ma memfa ne sei ye ka Mr. Koranteng na se Kofi Koranteng a oye hwan a obekire wankasa wase kakra na afi ye de dwumadie na ankasa mpompon so na ahyehye so na ye de enkomodie no so aba nti mesrew
Yo OHENE yeda se when we abuchiafu na ye chiam yeda masen so se mama yen akwanya nsi ni nkomo wo me wo kolebu we chi he ya kolebu wo me no me co school Agri Memorial International School wo broadcasting Ghana Broadcasting Cheng wo Ringway na me call University Primary Cape Coast na Mifi University Primary na me call Garrison Primary Kumasi na me call Adisado College or Cape Coast Bio na Mifi Hono na me call London na Mifi London na me call New York. For most of my life no London New York na matana. But tembiani or Ghana at least 3-4 times a year. On a low season a year by Ghana, it be 7-8 times a year in Ghana. For the most part in Ghana. Yeah.
Okay.
My background here into finance, and engineering.
All right.
For the most part, in many financial services companies na aye juma.
Okay.
Yeah, no name background kaka.
All right. Na che say ba Ghana fo e New York no pa che say kakra animo won.
Kakra. Bibri actually.
Okay.
Baby, yeah, ni pushy say meaning say okay, Representation of the People's Amendment Act. Maybe our friend is European.
Yeah.
Kofo the assente sa law no February 24th, 2006.
Yeah.
And what the year law? It's what the year law no Electoral Commission in Fanye Jumaye. Inti you decided say a per run no na you feel say yen base p no nimu yen wa America ni around the world no ebebo say Ghana for around the world ni betumi ato aba nti ye be pushi yenya petitioners 5 for New York ni de won by ni be pushi samra no wo court ni edi nkunim so edi nkunim achin Electoral Commission in farm running a Juma, even though court Mawon, my friend is the order of mandamus, just say court the one such shame Rasi say commissioners near war electoral commissions, electoral commission now, Manfa Sam running Juma, you are in contempt of law. And so we boom ran so and got away with it because of MPPNT. Sam ran still one implemented what the CI a constitutional instrument and Parliament sanka parliament here parliament pa to send you here sanka by now no well go through channels na sa CI na friend constitutional instrument no what gazette just say abeka wansa one acknowledge into what gazette what pepem e ma gazette mu ye into somewhere along the line from place na electoral commissions or the CI na bre Parliament no ubi anim no di atro nso yenim say en one gazette ye intina it could be say Parliament kransan kan ye inti that's what we're dealing with.
Okay. Enti say eba Ghana dia na che say Ghana so no menka se Ghana phone ni mo eno de me pese meka me ba bibusa wa chire but Mr. Koranteng unim Ghana ankasa semfa se Ghana
Papa.
kro bia ne nyina no unim kro na ankasa on.
Oh, yeah, to a kwang, yeah, you be a fine, yeah, chimu, come on.
All right. Oh, okay. Good. And say no Ghana phone so anymore but before I meba honom no ma mini kan na wasepa se na waje mra woni e bekasa and important question say hear me esan ye man nimpuntu nti ma hu kakra se wo bo adwuma kakra kakra Ghana ba me won se bia me pese me busa ene pa
Sure.
abusuan sa afa no wajoine ya Mr. Koranteng nananom ayi ne se ono na omeye Ghana agenkwa me pa cho ono ani na num asem no no se nananom asoma ne se omra meje o man Ghana emfiri empotre konua ase ene amane nipa demu nti epese ye ne twetwen komo na wan kasa so wo question bi a ekire no betumi de aba na wabusa na say time so a ye be bie kwan atum na wan kasa so waba so ebe in a video form oba oni na wan kasa wo hwe nanim na wabusa na question na wo kɔ no ayiwa no sa pepepe ye nhye da enche bebre. Mr. Koranteng 2020 elections no you were disqualified me ankasa kra no man nhye da ante won kasa uginae aha yentia me busa osa no say nanka me pese me poki uti won kakra say Ghana fo nimo em say enche bia na me ba be hu but yenim nipa bi te say Kofi wayo indium nom and some other bi say na wo ho ebon wo system nom enti ne yenya akan yansa ne say o pese o ba be gi o man no yese bia o pese o be di president ekoba say o pese o be di president ya ene e bia na wo ba betena so bi keke te say ne ye hu na se o ba se obeji oman ne dia na se wo botaya nkasa bi de ma oman mu ni nyina enti na mpese mbusa nse 2020 na wo ka your design presidential candidate no
Aspirants, correct.
aspirant no okay and you were disqualified right
No, correct.
ubetumi a try mu kakra
Okay.
what happened
Inti OHENE say na okay, what kind of pepe me do be ko echi kakra we see Martin nkrofo bi te say indum ene Kofi wayo nom ne
mo
ade but kaine who say obi en disqualify won na inti a one disqualify won and say they didn't make an impact as far as ruling party near concerned no de inti na yen de one yen betena ase say anka yen no won ye adwuma na yesi yen de won sebe won we yende say na wetie masem da makasi MPP and NDC are criminal organizations. I can never be found to work with them. Man, that's my stand, period. And it's never going to change. What do I say? What by say anyone year Jumano may decline say men won't be a Juma because and yet Sikenti near bar Ghana see a bit pray ne ye GM man. I wasn't interested in BB or my young. A choir say me be adversary. Men just say me who be he kakra. Na nenti a woye ya no yi me fi ballot so ne say na wonim say we had made impact. You got to understand say the NDC MPP machinery no what resource ni sika enough of that to know what is affecting them and what is threatening one existence. Na me kan say oti ase inti no who say yen no ye threat to them no woye no yi mfi so because ne a wo kan say ye no say we say yeah criminal offense ya call forge papers ni ade ohene ye tua 100,000 cedis ni ade ye filing inti say me criminal na ma call forge bi no ma kire yen na mu say CID crab verify say ya commit a crime na den na misika de mo frame me na mo kasi oh na mo musika ne de be ma because what the enye hwe what the usika na mo me be you afi ballot no so say na me kan what tell say say criminal ben no commit crime ni sika or the commit crime no what the money so onfa na mom we yi ni fi ballot so keke nti that alone told us say this was a planned thing actually no so nkrofo pi abeka no kware no say Kofi was settled up nti yenim e nipa wo inside the electoral commission kraka say no wo pese wo yi film into no you film. Into this time 2024 different strategy ni edrikum and in good time no ye betche ni me be yi ni me bi edi se na mbe hu
Okay, asema nanka meba bebusa no na Mr. Abiam ebisa wa say, did you protest for being disqualified? Na che say, mami musa ni ye say wotumi sa efa sa kwan no so yi wo free man na so disqualify wo eye wo sa de ni nyina no. Wo wadwem say bia wo de omo beko court ana wo de omo akodada na say afi na wo de omo beko e wo sa de
the
na omo
one
ya
call
omo.
court. Yeah, the one call court to train asem numa series of courts ahoro de bia ye call court. Ne kodi ekowi achia ne say, oh, wo my enkwan na wo reverse process na e be disrupt the whole Ghana election no. Inti no men say me take the hit. Now next time no menya me niam yi say na won qualify me. Inti what dismiss case no court. Ye call
Oh,
court pa. Ye call court. So
okay.
to what dismissing
Okay.
case. Into what dismissing case no so no. Yes, uncle police headquarters kwa here say, okay, must ade aye na ye criminal offense. Inti no ye koje criminal report na ye ahwe say yindin wo so a. Ye kwa ye koje criminal report no. Mini notice kura wo CID ho headquarters ho. Obi a me file bibia against me say ya ye bibia. Nipa
Okay.
me criminal a must me ko forge ni ama na den na me ding ni police record so. Me ding ni ho me call police for no cry say don't waste your time go. So inti me wo criminal certification report to say you need criminal report to be a
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Very good. So ekoba ne say no mempese once when ya kire mu say mo de court ne ade dey because eno ne niam a em sen ke be ha madwen ha matiefo no so. Se sia no, do you have any intention say obesia run bi na say obekọ no political party bi din ma na say ubegina kontonkro na wo de akọ.
yo onye me da say you're run bill for sure 2024. Now you're run as an independent candidate because ohene yen ni a contest na ne say ya deep seated analysis ni who say wo register as a political party wo bogana foka say yen ye against kabo ye per say ye relieve Ghanaians of yen indebtedness ni yen liabilities aden necessary ye ba in a form of a political party aden
Okay.
yen you see so wo filing with the electoral commission no na designation no ye with a political party designation and an independent candidate designation. But adwuma na wo beye ni nipa dom a wodi wachi a wo ba beye adwuma no de ende ensesa mpacho na meka no wate ase
Yeah.
dom na edi wachi ne de ye dom edi wachi a won worry about governments mu no wa mu ya be hihye niama na niama ye pepepe the same dom no be now ebia would the political party achieve with one problems are obviously one system no to fan compare yen system because yen system no airtight competent functional staff but don't be enchi to say na don't do one wenchi yen of course yen organization here different
All
but
right.
filing designation with the electoral commission no na yen de no onipa ding baako pɛ na ɛkɔ Kofi Koranteng versus one political party ding na ɛkɔ and then the difference between a political party and an independent candidature but as far as engine na ɛtara de n'akyi de yɛkura engine horsepower wom.
Okay. All right, Papa. Now I'm say obi say or say o ka baby say president party ni wadwum say see baba be president enti no what the yemfa enntro no see no se wahwe ne ekoso na drop that budget sa konkolele budget na omo ye no are you in support of the government no de buy na say also ugina Ghana for afa say yen drop sa budget ni nyina na omunko yen hye pamfamre Ghana for
What kind of budgets no one pɛ na meka say ɔhene ɛyɛ dead on arrival and na menka nsɛm kakra bi nkyerɛw ɔhene tio nipa a etua wɔwɔ between ages 18 to 60 ɛwɔ Ghana no 2,364,000 represent 7.67% of young population of 30.8 million in 7.67%. Inti yesha ye kakra bi na even within sa nipa 18 years old to 60-year-old na one wo betumi aye adwuma famuna akra ni adwuma famuna ye unemployed ena famuna akra wo ye employed no ohene won sika wo gin 150 cedis 200 cedis 300 cedis a month entumi hwa won almost 30% of Ghana Fono live under 5 cedis a day. 5 cedis. Dokoro baako ye 2 cedis. Inti wo yire a wo ho a kire.
Bro, and the document back here 4 CD.
Ah. So, inti just say inti how adwene pa inti na me American say sankrofui wonye thinkers make yankrofo take offense. Na inti a wonye thinkers ne say onye you. Say over almost 30% of the population live at below 5 cedis a day. Now, wo mawon wofre bibi say an indirect taxes. Indirect taxes na yeah. Indiscriminatory taxes. Indiscriminatory taxes naturally say what to taxes ni go bia so keke. And so no ohene making more money sin Kofi. Inti say what ye na discriminatory. Wow, na say nia o make more no tua more. Inti say echo baby direct taxes no wa we adwuma or bank we adwuma wo company bia one names exactly how much you making no one apply taxes wo but what to taxes ni gu Ghana for so keke sa na in the form of a VAT any levy any taxes to say na echo momo tax ya de na just so obi or your transaction regardless of how much you make or you're affected. A thinking government doesn't apply tax, because no say indiscriminatory. As I said, taxes are discriminatory.
So do you more home answer? Me question about one person beside say means our Ghana says here questions will be maybe we saw. We are sure say Ghana ye the man will beat me aye. Baby and
simple.
We are sure.
I need my man cancer mention. I need to say my making. Share duma wo ye wa bruchiri. What if share duma wo you? Na hwe se na wo nim bia wonim wa adwuma ne ya e bi kra in your sleep no wo betumi a put functions be together in wa adwuma. Say me begina ho na me no wo ka sa adwuma no ho asem na re break down adwuma na kire me a. Me make say ohene wo ye break o adwuma pa na utumi ye na e flawless. Adenti because you see when you have a trained minder and you are presented with a problem no is a puzzle. Every puzzle has a solution. Because
Roma was see a puzzle ness ade no ebia na Akufo-Addo by federal government after protect the public place and it's abrofo one can be no say what's na broach that check ebia na also ba be yo
Debbie nana mpachuti puzzle na mekano me wo engineering background into problem be e wo ho no me hwe no from multi perspective in dealing with the problem.
Say I mean okay say emerwafo ne wo no ma o monte brofo Ghana no ye about 90 something percent enti no mo kase mo no say ne we ne he ete say ne wakogina simpie so a wo de wo manifesto ne ade to dwa enti ko e parcel ne ade ne dia
okay ohini na meken emrewa na wo fa plane wo Ghana wo kwa abrochi wo kotena plane mu a wo nkese pilot no ka plane no ese so otitwi ni ebuhia won ne say pilot no ka plane ne de won betumi take off wo kutuka ne de wan kodu ba bia wokọ ni important ne say nipa akona a wo refa ni so onye adwuma no betumi deliver enye kasa a oka because yehu from nana manmu say wo betumi awo the best education wo betumi afi the best home wo betumi akasa brofo ede tro brofo ne ye tro enso adwene ni utima enye brofo a wo kan eye ni obetumi deliver nana mpacho na meken wati ase ohwe inti ni ayehwehwe ne say here na betumi deliver enye kasa a wo kan ohwe say well God forbid when your brain surgery brain tumor say now call hospital wokwa won ka say wo hwe obi ofi ukro mo te kasa no abeye surgery no wo hwe the most competent brain surgeon no anamebwa emfa kasa o ka ho
Yeah.
Sana say before ne Ghana for no yehwe yem problems. Na ukɔhwɛ say oh oye nana yenim no yenim ne deda ye ne na na ukɔvotu mana na ne yebenya na ekoso yi incompetence
Okay.
na ekɔ anim sa inti
Okay.
eno no should not be a factor.
Okay.
Can you deliver the result?
All right, can you deliver? Can you deliver? So do mama me abusia mesra mo ye wura ya ne na idin komo sesi ya esi nyanko nananom na asoma ne se omeje o man Ghana. Oye Ghana ni me na wo ka sei nka abrochire no ote eba ne one na abusia bedie amana so afoforo so kra dia nka wo ma ne bro so bebre. Na so no ohwe won mo ho e kire mo Ghana na yenim kwan na nananom fa so tachi na sesi ame na wo ka sei etu no hwa afri America ote a ade nyina akoyi mana empo se kobasenka ompe mayor ewo United States of America kra bia na nko benya de asom America man enso ode aba say wosi achinya oda ho na utafre nti wasan aba ne dim kuntunu hwan anachi ana eko ode ba na ode aba beboaye se wunya share video na wo kan ye hu de mesra se wo be share video no na we ne nsema ye nyina ye twen meti ye NPP na NDC afono me mo amohwe me bebre NDC na MPP afono mo enye sa afono keke ne omode ye fam no enye enu nti a ati aguma ye kasa e social media no so intimesra ye ne bonko yi no wo so be kan ye ho no watimi a share video no kama na papa etumi abo ya cheche mu na yenya anidaso kakra papa say na obi busa o ha say sene disqualify 2020 no wan hwe ya na wo masia ye bi na se koba se omo ye se bi ma dan na wo a wo de be hye ben na wo a why wadwen se wo de be si ano kwan ana se se bi a omo susu a dan na wo be ya wo betumi a penetrate akọ.
Okay, inti say no 2024 every step of the way no yet the lawyers kukudam rebem na when verify process bia ye inti ade ne bedu ofikasi mun na one verify every process bia who say e authenticated just say one check bibia who say bibia fibia ni bibia ho no bia tumi abekasi oh eyi because ohene ma me kan sanche wonim say papers ye de call electoral commission be sine won fa ya de kra maye wo so won fa maye bi say say adin nti adin wo se maye mistake a fama me na kire me say mistake ni ne wo so ya mistake nso won fa de ne maye na me kan yensa nti ne nti a yere fa lawyer na every step of the way 2024 no said the copy of bibia no wo be keep wo file so no wo be certify say na electoral commission ntumi mekasi paper eko na emom wo ntumi mfa copy mayen
Alright.
This certification so no na be guarantee say obi ntumi me dia true bi an share say oh paper bi na mo anye say na mo yes there be.
Okay, now let's come back to our question, sir. Sir, Momo budget, what do you think is wrong with the whole budget? Then, or how, and what budget in Huntia also, you who said na Udimo be before then, no, Mamma mo video we na ba na question, no, where you are no, Mamma way.
Hello, episode 4, say Parliament House, you ever handed petition, but the more question I would say, man, I need to know. Because once you want premier or try one man, Nipa, a people from one petition. Then I have a young, will represent young. You will represent young in terms of democracy. I catch him say democracy in here to my month. Democracy in here to my done. What's wrong, my young people? One perfect you, what I say for war. Na get to Ghana. Why are the Pama and why can say 1 million members? Small who never. You have a Parliament House, I had the petition, every one. What's 1 million members? A person who and national security for our bro. Why demonstrate? Why won't say you won't you now?
Mr. Koranteng, but you're not
Pacho you.
Maybe I know you look alike. Okay, me da se bebre. Once an hour hono, maybe we will come back. Na ya baby bisa hon send me nubia AC or honum. So now, what is wrong with the whole budget in tema udi mo akọ ya? We are kataban we na mu gina mu for very long hours na more sorry tia sa de no. Then what problem ben what the whole budget no.
Yo, ohene netin say Ghana forest so fasisi. youth yeni adwuma. This the government increase wealth in mind. And you say we have a problem with budgets, there be. And you say we have a problem with taxes. You need problem with taxes, you need problem with budget. But Niera can say, if you have to tax the people, at least chire wong na wodi sika aye. Well, one chire wodi sika aye. Sika ye koje for World Bank IMF de mayen for our friend and COVID America for mayen sika. Se sika ni na wo mu ho akonta aye. Inti income e ba no. Ese se wotumi go ho akonta. Niye who say sikan what the aye say, what the aye back, what the aye being, what the aye bisa. Now the moon conta, Nipan so say when creating Yuma ma won so, more county ashin sooner than 1 mem. That is a mobile Ghana funianing. We cannot allow sub budget because sub budget you have budget would yet what tax in nipa. As I said, taxes no, it to me still affects the growth of the people. I'm a nipening. Well, budget ya what they buy a kenipa t-shirt in suase. Na nipa no cry nye what a tax you'll be as I said, what tax will be on income nipa kona make. Any justification no. Na nipa kona making income ya. How do you justify taxing them? What tax it one deng? OHENE when him says our process it doesn't make sense with baby ya. Jade na yen the moody side dieng. Just say what could this ikana can na say mo ho yira mo say mo ni sika bi a say mo de ye adwuma say mo de internet say mo ba na mo be taxi and further but mo taxi and so a sika no ye hu na mo de ye until we can accept it. It's so simple.
All right. Nature say enka tax dada na wo ho na ankasa na betumi ye betumi a generate sika bebre free am anka say ye wo a betumi de aye oman no atoko no.
Absolutely. Accountant General in Kwakesi, over $3 to $4 billion a year is lost from corruption. Accountant General's office, $3 to $4 billion. You've been in business almost 30 years. Into at a low a year of $3 billion, 30 years, and that's $90 billion. You can build a whole country with $90 billion if you're a thinker.
Aqua we can be the digital man Baumia.
On
the fundamental and the one.
You on one so minute. Bibia no or the ba as adwene no friend then Gabio Childa ko ne Kenofuriata nom one will run government no Mamudu de on a nemu keke Mamudu on a nemu onya he on the okansem ne keke what betu nanim so onko kan no akoka so now on also on Tiniamasi he doesn't have the balls say in some more can or can keke me who know ye ne math man but sika ewo Ghana yenya as receivables wo Ghana no OHENE yetumi di ye niama me broso yetumi di ye sa niama obeka ni na for the real fact yes yetumi ye enso no the truth of the matter is won fa nya hwe nti sika no he na ekọ OHENE he na ekọ when they say now okay momo taxes say ejapa what the ejapa shadim. Can you believe say the wickedness of these people boni a wokodi ne free SHS ne ade anya adwuma na wodi ni na ahye budget mu say yenye ne entuaka how free SHS no ehun faso aba anything school feeding programs a collapse one district one factory na OHENE ka kire me ne we na ye adwuma wom he napco na 100,000 crofo yetu at 700 cedis every month for the last 3 years no one graduator one ba outer obi ani adwuma upon kroma buy no say over 33,000 people yama adwuma no OHENE ma mi so asem ukoye sohe out of 100% now you 33% wapas enye failure so upon kroma tumi kese over 33,000 people no nya yi ma won che say bragging right how this is a failed leadership when fail as anka if they really were honest to the Ghanaian people as they will lay one arms down okay say listen ya ye because you just can't understand how these guys can consistently fail. It boggles my mind. How can you fail at this thing? OHENE then any gold, diamond, limestone, cassava and queer to me my enough foreign exchange reserves pay down yen debt. Yeah, 341 billion cedis in debt. What catch me? How do you plan on paying that? You don't have a plan. You need any industries until we don't export anything, so we don't get any foreign exchange. Sikaka cry one a nothing because yen sika ni value because we don't make anything. Yen sika and talk sika bi one see a nang na near the foreign exchange market near the koto obi niama a waye near the bayen krum sana yen society betumi a function. Yen yare adinti agriculture we haven't put any money in it. Said you benya raw materials need to be feed young agro-based industries. Na yama mofrey enye nyuma no ye. That's the main thing. Mofrey nye nyuma na nkofu nye nyuma. Then you have a reason to tax. You don't have a reason to tax because you haven't given anybody the opportunity to work to make income. So what's your justification? I don't understand. And these are the guys yama on chance to say one run young and NDC so ba was once what percent yempia won sinchen wo meye. Oni umbilical cord na Emma life to MPP in Ikra NDC. Umbilical cord Emma life to NDC in Ikra MPP. Any one of them survive, the other one, granted, is going to remain alive. And that's
right,
why
Papa,
we have to make a decision to squat.
where they were Daruma, my member Kakra, Mr. Unya share video now, yes, someone share because as I'm passing here, yent me my entry nipa bibre, Unyate, Sene Wuti ya, Ebia Nebit Midin Sayaba, Yaka government, say, and yet I buy what is on Quanamum, Nipa or my nominee, to see I was who we ubet me abeka yen government, no, yes, Bomodena share video, na enco na yen to me, Papa me there, wouldn't be. Ne wo kan nyina nka masom de be menyi wo ni kire se ne wenum ye no ebia nsem dane adokodokodo se the flimsy words or the saying akufo adonom nsem dokodoko a omokekae no ebia na oka kire do obia no o kirifo asempa kodo anase o de asempa ba ne ye botugu ohun na mom se ne be ya we be possible no mechi difo ye obi se ye musa say in your administration and our government and say be as a chine bi ubefa Ghana kunye ya also the Bible ne Koran na ne beso ya na senka obeba ye nananom dim no aba befa snap ne kosua say baby adune de em say ya bre Bible no because it says so okoye ne sa a Christopher wo mo do so pa o Ghana enkramofo so do so one hwe bia na mbeso reti ya onti sa wo de ba be hye wo manifesto mu kra na e baka say eh we oye bezibu oye bronsam nipa obe Koran ene Bible ato atwene nanso wo mo hyehyɛ Bible ya chi na edi bone eno sa no betimi aka bibi kakra fa ho amaye
You call one better than that. Call more powerful than that and they say young amendments as part of your amendments for young constitution young pet ni candidate ever in Ghana can say the first thing you president no can be a president no war exemptions be or near maybe or the atata no on the oil bonia off and hoodie for the first time in the history of Ghana na strip president of sa exemptions nina into right. Me as a president say me cause financial loss to the state as I say woku me the best constitution mu e kan constitution amendments no
na chere say wo no why wadwen say obesisa constitution is na ye call for no
yere power Chelsea anka once sakura ma yen ansa na yen yaba na we sure say wo ya wo de bedi won ho nti no one person wo yen na anka ye pese wo sesa ma yen kra ansa na yaba just to prove to Ghana for say yen de ye ba ya ready for sudden all right na me can obia ba into the government legislature executive no as I said was signed that document and I say if you cause financial loss to the state you will be executed. Listen, young penny area let me see say bahumia ana lanchermantin ana kufuado ana mahama feel say oh ebia Kofi bua the dada one won't change constitution ne mayen ansa na yen krade yaba nti yebeba na sa de ne ye adwuma one sign sa waiver na worrying to me nye minister we yen aban mu
well since you are talking about legislature executives who answer Mrs. Ano ma memra me say dia anase sika nyuna enyunu fa ho to no Obaba bedura nsesa ebe na obetumi dia basa side ho no because mini kra no ma mekɔhwɛ adwo asafo a na menhwɛ sɛ ne na yi wo hanoma sika ono nko a oje no mpacha wo hwɛ ade so a basic salary of 155,656 a year. Okay, duty allowances and no special allowances. Duty allowances 77,826 a year, 6,000 a year. And sana oba special allowances now 46,695. Just say na ketri anka bet allowance alawa kakra na say ntoba omunya ohun kwani na say matches also ba S gracia ne ade ne ho ahwan em say ubeye ho bibi enti kasafa honom no kakra me yenhwe say
yo
abrochira a wotena aye no wada roma na bibi saa wo ho se obi ba na osom e wa ban ma ye toka ama no ye ma no se bi o we de ma no hwetibuna so emma nkomiemi omokra ye ma omo allowances Batman allowances de ben allowances slay queen allowances no kra doso ti no market tua
sana tening say eye kwan a wa afa so a wode bokron abrochi no one ne thrift plans and the benefits but eye consistent with income a wo de ba no wo hwe so nti say wo base salary nti wo base salary no wo de be ma ye be reevaluate sa salaries ni na ya hwe say sika ye de ma parliamentarians na eye consistent to yen lifestyle na yen growth any income a yen as a country na enye. There's no way I'll be between Akachim say yeah, because with the median income of an ordinary Ghanaian, 1,000 cedis. I then I would do to me be 50,000 cedis a month. What benefits ne wo allowances near men now they can about 50,000 cedis a month. I didn't then you man away. Well, into your best scale down, Sani, I mean, Article 71, you betray a monument, what the president say, you don't know me a day. Wo president na obedi wo be ye president ma Ghana fo wo ba no yan kan kire say fa oyire bra no no so medi position nti enye Ghana fo na say tua wo yire ka wo sika wo de ma no tua ayi till ho ayi akonma na fama wo yire no mfanye aduan ma na enyo ne wo yire ne ye ba be tua ne ka say ayi minister of state debi yere nye nti article 71 you betwem ex gratia you betwem sa benefit ne allowances ne 45 gallons of gas what among every week o se den what sanya mani na betwem ye be ma akatua ebe ye consistent with young assetinem as Ghana for yam nyima wo nye parliamentarian ni entua o kate say na wo ye parliamentarian wo House of Commons wo London there be ye be ne te say wo Ghana young lifestyle ni e de hwe so betua o ka wo de say sika na ma na ohene wo pese wo to plane na de ba parliament ye wa wasem quarter plane na fabra wo de bedu on so a ye be park ye be charge o parking fees ne say cause yan small se quarter plane na fabra nti wo garden boy yo wo guard o wo ni na no pe a wo betumi akoye wo de sika ye be ma no ba ye ma allowance for sa na man wo ko gym cry ye ma allowance obi small se kodidi ni wa afuru nya kese debi
okay
you have a responsibility say sika ye be ma no fa hwe wo life so na fa live wo life
because yet me ma kokoma or the saying or garden boy cook back or the same maid back just say when you know oh my god abra say one when you sika nka ukofa o maid ofa o garden boy ofa o security man ofa o gate man any and ade eno your personal ya denti a aban na say o provide this ade ma eno kura nyina echi no na nka ye de we ma mo no na mo ye bibi ma o man na nka man no bibi e koso a obi e ne ho be hwe sa ade no but ye provide nyema we nyina ma mo freely abramu nya hwe in fact I know then but
we came I mean can 275 parliamentarians na ye won a totally useless and a burden on Ghana for ye better so na 4 parliamentarians per region inti with 16 regions no ye here 64 per inti 211 parliamentarians no as a year position one year you may be ye war farms agriculture agriculture and will be very tool one over because yen fa yen sika ntua 211 parliamentary yen hia adenti nana say you know ya kwa anim innovation of technology nti ya the drones the area national development plan on so international development plan no ehu hia say wo political party no wo de wo manifesto reba beto ho ye here manifesto a one national development plan a yere entrench in the constitution into obia ba sa national development plan or ye adwuma wo here wo a manifesto into wo ba ya build oman Ghana no de daw say sa community nipa 10,000 na tima as I say when your hospital when your schools say when your kwan say when your community center when your clinics when your what you say
ebeba be book bi say da ho kokotwem na bu oman no
sanity
enti se wo sorry free so na se me ba me ma se de se me ba be hwe book no na me yaso mu dia ko. This is what we call long-term plan.
Aha, fe na wore tiniama na say inti no you know yen here side DC is na MMC is na bia no wore ko about power na regional minister no ho faso ne den or just say sad positions ni na ye be scrap ni na say sika no ye dia build your man no. So
all right
and
papa your question e dey dos wo ho nti wo dey bo ho no tell ma me na memfa ba ko enso so ai enti okay ma me fa hye me say say wa hwe duty won sensem a abrochirefo na hwe Ghana o ne me be ya adwen na say
you said I said me na me pushy for representation of the People's Amendment Act nti sa numbers need to mean power over $6 billion a year na abrochirefo de ba Ghana and only ye disclosed money undisclosed money no kra brosa because emia sika what they one body's money at de ba Ghana na no nka sa numbers hi ho nti over 6 billion. What I say, but 6 billion no taxes are Ghana fuji na enu sa 6 billion ni. And so no abrochirifo no ye the MBBF ya abrochiri ba ye the bedu port away the taxes. Taxes it doesn't even make sense. Who to make to car 5,000. What about bedu Ghana? What's it your duty 8,000? I mean, come on, doesn't make sense to you. Well, some kwase 70 na see if you ho. As I say, what to car between 1 to 3 years a krempa. As I said, what incent will say Fakana Bragana. And let me tell you why it's important. Say yenye duty with new cars so up to 3 years. Because cars are egu Ghana no over 60% of the cars on the streets of Ghana na inye roadworthy. And not in itself no cause accidents. Nipa. Inti say what year policy say what the car between 1 to 3 years about. Well, na eba Ghana wuntua duty and no be encouraging crofo no de one to new cars no de aba what ba e be displace old cars na e wo kwan so no because obi arento eyenye common sense I don't know to mean policies are what you say now what allow for nipa kono so on fan camera free and I will reduce cost na after 3 years na krampa and no kra manipa kono say now say you know I saw oba to say na he wo come McDonald's Oko McDonald's soda Coca-Cola ni aden abrochi ebia Ghana no woni McDonald's but just think about the marketing concept burgers and fries ni aden no McDonald's in shede nyesika wo burgers ne hamburgers ne fries no woni baby McDonald's nya won sika nkrofo pinim wonya won sika on the soda drink no because no McDonald's na eye nti won no wonya the one you bear 400% markup on drinks, no. So into to McDonald's, people say, would you want a large Coke with it? And a question I did be now say yeah. Now when you want 400%. Into and say so woman for the one car be free. Near me can now will be cheer duty or no. What the beba anywhere will be cheer and will still make the income. Now me can what I say.
Okay. Obi say, how will you win the majority in the parliament to support your agenda?
Okay. Inti simple cry, simple. Mama min can't say me chum. What entrenched clauses were parliament. And what were unentrenched clauses. Just say be up say we your parliament. We here say what they call to the floor of parliament. Not parliament. No. Wobo no decide say okay why do you say we bibi to say say we kwan from Accra to Kumasi say what mausika oh yeah wo betua ka say wo nya ntina te say wo pese Kofi Koranteng anim go ase okay nti ye ba first na council changes or the beba na ye changes are entrenched ne kire say SSA will go through no friend say referendum no. So indeed, recommendations will be made to the Council of State for 30 days. After Council of State, it will be changes here in a referendum will be documented in the Gazette, and then it comes to a referendum when it enters the floor of the Parliament. Inti niama yepesi ye ni na no, then say executive president the people of the nation no vote to mao yenye prime minister. Inti people no ama mandate say brana be changes for one brabum. Inti say opese will make changes entrenched. You don't go to parliament, you go to the people. The people know what power. So long as 40% of people who are registered to vote on referendum now over 75% of Sankrofono say yes to wo referendum passes. And I'm making what you say. The people who are going to be giving you the power to be the president, one na what they request say. These are all entrenched clauses. Parliament doesn't have power to make decisions. It has to go to the people. Until we will go to the people first to change the entrenched clauses. When we're done with that, then we come to more. I think you change
all right. So dear mommy, on says Ani Adra or say he is speaking just like Nana Ado. On say ne man the car say Akufuado ne kasa o de bae no the same eyina na onim yet na brochire e ma yeto nkra wo fie ma me ka se mu enkyerɛ abrochefo bebre eto nkra komo o mabusuafo send e binim ska say monko na monko to Nana Ado because yet abrochire yenim how the system is working here. Abrochire bibia de dana kwam emra eye adwuma mra de kutakuro no amakuro ni tumpo ama obia woto no hu sika ni hu hia ni wono mo sika kra no ye no mo nyina fo train efo trotro ni ade bi na ekoba enti no ye omo provide ma omabusuafo ye den ekokoto aba oteha enso na watua nipa be 1 car ama omo koto aba etoso biem Nana Ado ba around Europe I say other you de minim they say America na ade de minim be Europe starting from Italia to here, Canada, Holland, near the Mankrofo contribute, support papa ne say system wa brochire or DB back akenti yanko tomano. Enyo enti no wo kasa ni wa de na na Mankofo yem yeden ehhehwe mo kakra say send wo kasa de enka mu dode na so send Akufo Addo kasa ya nei yen your mind man pekra no and omo my kwan me yentumi mi ano it's just a culture of silence and I say ekoso e wo Ghana ho enti no e wo say wo kire bibi maye hu say papa ba ni your mind man pe oni wo mo kotena ase kodi dokono ehhehie Akufo Addo still no odi o se me ba me ne mo wo wurawura mo ko underground ho ene o mo kokasai ehu o mo hawo wunya kotena so na nipa na etie mo free ground form wo say weni ya hawa se o mo ma ye kwan kra me enka o se ne ye pe ne pese ye ma wo
Nana
ni ti opa
okay Nana on my main cancer show we say what good is a mind if you can't change it. Say Africa adeba ko adi nya ye na ye wa brichi na say ye ne abrofo aye adwuma kakra nti ye nim se na wo ye won yama. One distinct difference of abrofo to bibifo no say they are quick to consider facts, make a decision and move forward. Because in success, they be our say if you have to fail, fail quickly and move on, because what's our failure, you learn your lessons and you move forward. So a distinct difference of a before wo bad experience once it causes them to be inactive instead of proactive. Ghana for say you could be stuck at that position and say yes say Nana Ado yes say Nana Ado because one ankasa won't pay change. Well, won't pay change. So who pay change and Nana Ado reban me I was adamantly against Nana Ado. Adenti because okasa mitie ne kasa Mekachire Nkrofu will radio station said, Nana Joe doesn't know what he's talking about. Okasa ede, but we need good thinking. Good thinking no nema ye functional. And no need the difference here we see. Yes, Mekambrofo say Nanado. Ebia wobeka say Miko Nanado school no kra na Nanado oye menta kra mpa. Adwene na wo ma adwene mu no mitimu no eye different. And no necessarily what we say good thinking and a functional thinking no is what makes the person. And yet say oh na tario she no kasa say na di we are stuck on that. Now we won't pay in society what brabum. And if you have to suffer, then you deserve to suffer because near obronia ya odia konenima wo ema wotini krom ema wo kana asem say obroni why say no or crosses our bridge no. Won't to mean quiet so bruni or bra won't pesa will cross our bridge, Is there discomfort? Absolutely. But you have to make that change.
All right.
Say it all you want.
Okay. Me pese me bonita abusiafo se wunya share video na mesa se wo be share video no. Oba pa ho fejen wo ase me da mo ase papa ye chia mu nyina gambo Gina K. Yes sister Gina K me da ase from day one na Gina K eta wachi me de wo wamamu mu no se china bi no wokọ konya ne tena so anka ba bi ba kwa me pesa wo hwe pa ne or the saying sanitation ministry host esan say abrochire yeti ma hunu say sanitation side no kwa no atumi employ thousands of Germans e wo kremo foreigners kwa yenya bi nye unyanya bi yeso so a efie gya dum che say woka nyina tutu adentia omutua omka yi ntia ma brofo antasa wo be ko school na wakọ akọginim dia wo de be prapra krom keke enti na hono de ye beba hobet say unemployment situation e Ghana na say unemployment no e very high e Ghana say wo ba benya akonya ne sesi a nhehye ebe mpa na da ho ma wo e wo sa unemployment nkanka youth no wo mu ni bibia toso bi menim ya kwa anim no bia na the system bi beba e beba bi hu nkwala o mo yare nkwala omo yare na say nipa obi a wo yare a ontumi nya adwuma ntumi nkoma no nhehye ebe na wo ho ma omo be ene de memfa nhim ene first time mepese e bedidi nkomo e wo ha say na dafro no wasan de awuram yentumi nka ne nyina ne enti na de ye babobọ so ententem enti unemployment no then na obetumi ayafa ho.
Okay, enti the problem you always see this in industries. Fact, in industries. There are over 1.5 documented graduates wunni ejuma 1.5 million. So wow. Okay. Yes. Every year biano Legon no tech inquire about 89,000 graduates. Hey. Legon sourcing tech and some the University of Cape Coast, County, all the other universities. Until you're talking about over 1 million students around the country will graduate every year on top of 1.5 million. Until listen to this. Yen to me and put yen a capital infusion into agriculture. There's no way I able to me a start ye propel ma young industries so. Into as I say ye invest heavily into agriculture. Agriculture and my raw materials near to me they are start industries. Near to me absorb, yet to me a reverse absorption of young local produce products near China. About 98% absorb young fridges, gas cooker, blender, rice cooker, tea kettle, stove, deep freezer, air conditioners, some household appliances. It's been absorbed. As I say, young produced by young home. And say Numano will employ hundreds of thousands of people. But as I say,
agriculture side and I say a free no. Say nipa no or yen more sell or do so ye den you. Sankro for yan for monya hwe Ghana. Ema Canada Japan mo kra say, wo pese hia wa na okoye kua. Yenim say wi ase to kua. Oba Germany a akuafo wo sika papa. Enhye pia ni mo ye to mo nuane. Ghana ye tu nuane gu. Enso wo bedru hanom a ope mongo fresh ai gu kan mo a wo benya anom. Ope anka fresh wo benya anom. Na ye tu ye nuane gu no. Wo nhye papa bi di ma akuafo.
Absolutely, because for the last 10 years, Korea contribution it make to GDP, it go from 30.8% to 15.3%. More than 50%. A shrink by more than 50% to 44.7% of Ghana population involved in queer. It is a shrink by 50%. Can you imagine? Inti a yin ni area can say sanka government one planting for food ni sa na one dam, one district, one dam ni na anye juma because when you focused on results. Inti ni ye babe ni say ye babe ye focused on it. Nia put a huge capital investments into agriculture. Nia ye mechanized farming. Well, Sena enye aso ne sika na ode do, but machines are ode do a wutumi do hundreds of acres a day. Ni employ hundreds of thousands of people. Now you feed one into the agricultural sector. Agriculture and so minua I mean can say mincho. Ye be ma ye sexy. Kan no na work in agriculture o sim krase for na agriculture mu ni ade. Say no, ohene ye be ma agriculture aye fe aye de. Distribution channels ni na will be created by government. Inti say bia wo ohene na wodo bayire a wodo bayire no na wo meet minimal acceptable requirements na at the end of bia wo harvest no wo free government no wa be procure wa be tase wo bayire na fi wa fu num wo wura num na dia aba distribution center kese a store temperature controlled storage na wo ba one way wo bayire no na we bia wanya 1,000 cedis wo de begu card so sa card no sika na wodi beguzo e be say credit card baby a ko bia no wutumi de sa card ye adwuma but e be region specific region specific
we are sure say me okay kan nyina wo ba e be ye ho
oh idea what ye did around the world into you have best practices from around the world na ye tweak no
copy and paste na metaka freedom fighters in eka bi no is that what you talking about
sa na meka na copy and paste no kra na ya sa ye no ebe fit yen Ghana for no yen su ni yen bang and yen culture. Inti a better crossing sa copy and paste no. So wo ye agriculture ni na do bank o ma card so pe front of the line. Baby a ko bia ye be treat you say we a privilege. Say de be ma yen schools no so students ne any age say wo ye into agriculture. Ade ba ko so ye be ne say ohene ye be incent institutions no to say tertiary institutions universities ne say obi a work agriculture mu na bia ye ma $5,000 and $10,000 who graduate here na ya say training into specific niyama say into sidua say jene fi Holland na eba Ghana adinti yeni yentumi nwie jene ebrowa sa wo Ghana
adinti a wase Ghana etumi import tomatoes e de ba Ghana
say jene fi Holland na eba efa plane na eba ebrowa short into poultry farmers food na enkoko no wonto because enkoko no edu time bi no ama wonua bi a wowu na won wait ni so ntumi nye kese bi o nti enkoko na fi Brazil ba na di 5 years ni ade what by displace Ghana poultry farmers no so na put one other business ye be ma government na as supplement agriculture obi a we farmer we into poultry we into livestock bia no government be supplemental say na wo business na wo lifestyle no be sustained abrochi san wo ye nin potato farmers wo Idaho yi wo dua potatoes na na edua wetore bia wo hia potato America ye hia potatoes wo potatoes reserves for years and years and years wo dua potatoes no wo de ba wo yam potatoes no wo de manure but wo tua farmers ni na aka say na next year wo be kwa do potatoes no wo de beba bio say na say ye farmers no
Papa, so dear mommy, obi say me musa say o plans for the youth because in say or might be a youth no and nkwala no or mine da achi no no Ghana ni ama me ni gide wo ye mpanyfo ye omo ho sesi e mo ne say or might be o na so mo nwene emma ene nkwala ho ampa che o mine no menye sure say e your mine
absolutely
ba bia ye dwene emma ene nkwala ho kane be Ghana de nkwala enia no say e abrochire ana nka youth te say yen ebie ya no nanka nipa mienu abeka me ho enka ne mpemfo ye biom be drop na afi o ma ba be tie nie nkwala no ye waka till now na akufo adontwe men obi na Ghana mpemfo entwe men the youth o mo kasa wo Ghana ye Ghana for mapa bibia di adanse say Ghana for na ye pay man ye obi antumi mi say one question enti in 10 years to come no won hihye for the youth of Ghana na ebe saying
yo me this will be some question listen the whole idea me get into race and say on ye pese hand over baton not to the youth But answer you ever hand over baton to the youth and see making sure say you're trained and ready to take over leadership.
Alright.
Inti niema pia yeba be specific and you be train one, you be develop one. Yeah, you need development programs. So far, baby to say Germany, we are what should they develop youth? No, I think because youth need the year. What to me, yeah, inuma na what tax one na income when you from taxes, no, what do you share back into the economy view? A hand yen develop into ye bay go into developing the youth. Now one I also skilled. Ye youth ne wa hana p no hine wanye skilled. Inti inuma no foreign nationals ne ba krom hanoma. What the one nipa na eba na obe employ one. Ubi sound sad and why is our say, oh, because the Ghanaian youth is not skilled, which is embarrassing. Curriculums are ye institutions, you know, and yet consistent to baby a young per se youth need develop upon. Into ye be change curriculums na wo institutions and say one ma enya consistent say na onipa be graduating na no ho abamfa so to Ghana for development. Well, yeah, the TVET be technical vocational education training see yet the beba sena adenti obi du baby na bi afie ye den na opese okobo afie a insanu dwuma bi a wasuan obetumi de akobo ne bra ebi oye mason ebi oye craftsman ebi oye bricklayer ebi oye carpenter oye say sa ne epe into every level of education no wo ka say we're a branch out what nya some accreditation bi a obetumi de aye bribi na ebetumi ama wonsa akwa no eno ne yepe ma youth no and a youth no so a won way brilliant say no wo young industry mu young society mu say no as I say ye de won ye pa won ne ye de won ko speciality schools ne ye ben won ankasa because one wo ba be future astronauts future electrochemical engineers biochemical engineer one sa inti see design hubs ma won to say no Silicon Valley no ni adi wo kwa one farm say mo specialist in government to mu bibia mam asan mam accommodation ade ba kon so e ding wo krom ha ne say students no wo graduate wonya baby na what if ye wo person wo venture out no wo live no wo sua niama accommodation is so expensive inti obi a wo private building out the high and apartment building bia ye be policy say as I say at least 1 or 10% of wo tenants as I say your students government be subsidize one yes you don't qualify to rent out units in your building
First you na we need time I want say another program obeko ho ya kasi yan system na what will be the first thing anka bia we do see akonya so first thing about tackle den constitution
yes
oh
and the
okay
baba my empower near change near many bibri yes am sankrofui boneheads what do you be ko tare nti ese ese na you constitution num nti the first 24 hours ba what signing in young council be hand in changes proposed no to the floor of parliament.
Okay. All right. Not just a say kobase unya ekufuado me and you say ya osha den asem na wo ka kire na ekufuado say say kobase
we fail he has to apologize to the Ghanaian people say we're failing on the administration because they have failed us. So leadership group here failed Ghana for NDC and PP for the last 29 years have failed Ghana for because Western region and worth more to be the 17th richest nation in the world. Western region and
I didn't tell cancer
because of a good year resource our Western region no it makes Western region one of the richest countries in the world and yet regional countries Western region and so kona kwahe se na ohia aka won kwahe won akan ye call takrade demui oh my gosh kwan ni bad denti no why sa they say wo wosika wo region crowd wo diwa bro kwahe oboase se na hwaye wo to gold wo ho kwahe ho se na hwaye ko bibieni na kwahe bibieni gold wo left gold no wo de abakutuka no wo de afikrom ha won ete wo ye inhabitants na wo to gold wo one region no wo ye dirt poor adenti necessary basa Adinti na
New
se
month, chesa wo Kenya ase nyina saa, chesa mfutro kum nipa wo Kenya ase nyina bet. E ho so na ye map gold so every day ko.
Sanity. What yakko dan yes yerko friend then Pristia. We need Valley Hodom side. What abrofo ba no abesi dan. Ohene wo besi dan na sa abakes worry ye bibia magana fo wo be factory bi, wo si warehouse bi. Wonim no ye. Na dan ni mu no na wotu because one person obi ehu. Ti wo si dan na no wotum. Wo be ko no atumu akotu go there was see na no agya ordinance won wo ko. How Ghana government here aware mweja ukwa ayi secondary takrade ayi hona won kaka ho or the helicopter ni planes wo to bankran
Wow.
nti kwana the one faso na nipa ti region nu mesesa nka wo ma on first class lifestyle no one live to say peasants adinti na say basa and so yen mpanyufu ya no ye behind sa transactions here course
So how say unya kwenya na how are you going to solve the corruption problems na wo Ghana no?
So the manya can't show it out. You
okay.
cause financial loss to the state.
Yeah.
Execution.
Yep. Okay.
But there were systems who idea guakwemu. First level no, or friend say institutional infrastructure. You be lay institutional infrastructure no. I no say obi a we adwuma in public office bia na institution bia mu no. You be ma akade say we dey we adwuma wontumi nkesi. Penny ni wontumi ntumi amfa ntwero. We institutional infrastructure na a mechanical part of the system. Well, a objective the system any accountability a three-prong. Na only a second level. Na third level no ya near machine never run on. Language ever run on. Language what friend say distributor ledger technology. Sa complex system no be na Bitcoin use. Other than a Bitcoin no. Only a deba cashless society wo Ghana. Inti bibia we bia no register with an algorithm. Algorithm no won't mean duplicate. Now uya Korea sika no we say oh ebia ohini David ne Korea ebia no Kofi Koranteng there be bibia we bia no to the second a split second no algorithm no register. Inti wona wa ha 1 second register wa ha register takrade eboase bebia register no nti wuntumi nkosesan
basraw won sema wo kan nyina na akufu ado dia okeka won se na ya twe ayede ba hye no meti me ka ma waso ate me de menim ne daache meba ba bi kura na me so meba ba ba ye Ghana panyin bi daache abeso mo man no but ne ya menya nya ye ne se wo ba be fa akonwa no nsema wo kan na chena nkofo hwe wanim ne yeboso apa nti Kofi Koranteng pa ne ande ameba metwa wada pa eno sa ebedu ono na nkwala metete omo no omo so anu ayeya ye betimi adi watema ma woni wife kra muntumi na esan say time ni ho nti no how do you plan on generating income just for projects ahodo a obeye wo Ghana no?
For 29 years, the governments, the criminal organizations of NDC and MPP are ripping off. One accountant general no wakesi, one are ripping off by at least $3 to $4 billion. $3 billion a year times 30 years. 90 billion. That's more than enough money. Sika when we now we're gonna make every attempt to get our monies back. Near the no a basis for rejuvenating this economy.
All right, nse say wo ba bedru a sika ya wiewia dada no ba bia wa onim sika anwuna fa na ya wiewia no wo kwan bia befa so ahu acheche omo mako na wo de o magina mre nim.
Yeah, by in the first 30 days niama ye begu ho eno momo de mirin tumi nkan kireo ene man kan na meboa niama ye be in the first 30 days no obia benya message ni say say ye be ma obia amnesty say come and renegotiate sika we wia no net you back to the Ghana government. You have 30 days. So 30 days na expire no one ma. Man, never bad marrying to me kan ha.
Minister Constitution na sem no wa Canada or say what ma fancy ana me ma yan crofo mo hwe ha no so kwan kakra no momram Esther Champion or say yetisika so nanso ekom de papa ba bi a etwato a me pese obey ho adwuma no me gya mo akwa no yen minerals na wo Ghana no ye bubodin oh ye can lithium na sen kra de se lithium aba ye bubodin manganese timber cocoa de ben ne sa ne manema no e wo ho nti e wo ho ampa na o man ho kire e ho kire sei abra minim kra na Singapore em say so munni one mineral kra na say ye can natural resources o munni ba kumpo.
Okay, netene say OHENE me no me a big believer of human capital. Say ye de yen adwene benya sika. Natural resource na finite. Just say woodie didia debi beba ebesa. Esa den na obeye. Nti wadwene na se woodie hwehwe sika. Enye wo natural resources. Natural resources ni ye bonus. Nti memom pa de enye yen sika na enye natural resources ni ye kwa yefi. Nemom ye wo agriculture, ye wo arable lands. OHENE emia nyinsenga 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids, no, yetase wo fem. Ye in the form of shire, mebo aka kire me. Woni mi no friend shire. Emi anyema wedin. OHENE woni mi saden.
Ah, minim pa.
Abrofo collapse no wo design. First class labs say wo be duplicate saden. Yen ye di wo fem. Inti the American say yen arable lands, ye wo banchi. Ye wa amankani sa diabetes emma offending insulin resistance so cut down sani many na adan ni yentumi in develop sani amana ye renewable no na ye focus on young natural resources enye renewable wudi na sanasa so inti niama ye renewable no ye be put emphasis wo ho na ye de yen adwene making money. Besta na won develop wadwene ne ye mo frɛ wo ni na atena na hey ye wo gold ye tisika so hey
yeah
adwene na see develop
wada roma ne twatwo no won hyehyɛ for education sector no na say education system ne sen na obɛyɛ no na twɛn so bi amansa wo wi a na wo de ato aso ama me sɛ me pa acha o abusuafo number na won +49 15212112479 men frɛ me e wo sa number no so na mom just test wo de LINK link na bra mu keke mefa nipa be 5 o mumisa papa asem na onko di ne dwumadie foforo em send na so besen akọ ye sister yi show no so ana
afia pokuya ya
ai oh okay enti no mesere se ya na mohia ye papa ho na motie no na ne hyehye wo ene nsem a o ka no na motumi aboy enti number ni nie mesrew just request for the link I will request a link na me de be ma osisi a na I ma say nipa e de bent no papa we there just 1 minute omo ebeba so na question bi on bebusa nipa 5 pe uyi omo question na no a meja amo akọ na yeso ne aka na ya to aso ha one more ma share no is to asisi ameno ka nipa 681 na ejina so omo tie e wo form pa anti mesre say momo modern na mon share enko animu na yentumi enti ye papa yin so nanum asem wa ye besere mu a mon share video no mon share yen video no e ma no nko papa we dey fa brem say education system no wan hihye bi de ma ma na
okay inti OHENE na tene say tiu young education system na dien abropa because enye relevant o man bia wo pese wo man no konanima e bia wo pese wo focus on ebia agriculture wo pese wo focus on health wo pese wo focus on transportation e hono necessary strategically no wo incent wo tertiary ne wo university level for no na woma adesua no koho etiase wo ho na wo graduate wo ho a won ho atumi abamfa so because wo hia won na do wan hyehyɛ sa places yi bachelor na make and what ase nti yen ye hwɛ Ghana say a ye pe Ghana no me de in my head ne de Ghana no de ye ground zero say ye nkrande ye bebubu nkran ne ana esi no foforo me so to tell the truth man kan na meboa for the most part nti ye hia engineers ye hia builders ye hia nkrofo in infrastructure ye hia nkrofo bricklayers no many ade nti ye hono ne ye ba be incent education no na akofa ye hia nkrofo in healthcare and so Into education, as I say, young crofo will train one in healthcare. Well, no to me educate young crofo no send a young yare because young numbers say with yarno. To tell the truth, OHENE record out of hand. Young numbers record out of hand. And young crofo pirinya cancer near the dainty because young eating habits na assessant. Just say young aggressive programmer and intervene. Need to me redirect and crofo from baby ayenam say you know because yes sir you be yes council you be a very unhealthy population inti
Okay.
inti sa emphasis no in education no you be direct also Kamal is in the stream with okay
Come on and come pese me de ne baso bet say ono ankasa onye ready ntino yenye na emfree so sesia but obi a why na dwen se opese obaso bia na obetumi abaso no abegisa papa asem pasa mwakwaba hello papa mwakwaba papa wo shesumo adaruma mema wakwaba oti yanka
yento kasa
You look at meet Mokasa, Mr. Show.
I already get him back just 10 seconds because papa pentama called Jumedi for front, you know. Then I person Pisana na waka.
They say maybe ni asimbia maybe sa papa name a tear phone name or backseat jammy read comment no and it's
okay
mama yin na yen support no na omra na omeye o manga na ye ma yina because o wisdom o adwene masem na ne
o wiki that say I mean sure
yada say papa say comment no bi so ho a ankasa so me sure say uhu bi ne me pese me busa to ane say eto aso ne say wonoma to say your MPC ye to aba ne mani wi anu otu no tenkran won hihye bi se bi a oba da che bi besesa sa de no tena wo mpasu aso na hu omo ha na tem bia wa ye dan say omo nyina betu abetena nkran
na tell say ye ni idea bia for no because you know why OHENE we don't have a need for them. We don't have a need for them. Hearing Konya 275 parliamentarians, no wabe boy and sujai, na wabe tenankran ese wo ayi. Yen hiao, yeri isa position nefi ho. Yeri downgrade. Yeri nya 64 reps instead of 275.
Okay.
Ti 64 no so bra na so bejimi, ye be use efi ho sa.
Oh, okay. Nanka may train one more person, but no say, okay, OHENE, you're the best. Be say, great question. Okay, Madam Papa, we need you. Say, Nipa Bibri, here, Papa. Me person, me busa say, sign us, Ghana, CC, and to sign our share system nicity because heat in a mona mufili. Ubet me, I can name uncle for Kakre from at least you address us about the situations and I say, sign us, say, system nity or Ghana, and sign uncle for is feeling for.
Nipa bre he nra nye ne nam nkurase bi na OHENE wo video a ye kwai na almost nipa first nkrofo Asia on base nipa 70 ekushia on nkurase bi wo eastern region one guy is so fired and charged up ye wie ne call another location ye koshia nkrofo base 50 60 wo and san ye call another third location ye koshia nipa base 20 wo and yeah, easy. Nipa yokoshia we be cry national security operatives. I won't can say, listen, we sick and we tired of this nonsense. It has to go.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, some kitu. One guy yokoshia on what promote you.
Hey,
and yeah, easy. Nipa ni abrio. Nipa ni abrio. Youth na ya wild. What's the wo pet you? What the sikrum? Hey, nipa ni abrio. And yeah, easy. Inti 2024, yeah, Bompai say Bibia, and may I honestly believe that there's going to be a landslide victory.
Okay, Papa, me mo papa Bodina 10 seconds. Dear na pesa oka.
Me did the Isaac Mesa share my list of questions about Kubako 5. Sababa me kwaya na mimbisa no.
Busa ni nyina bom ne ahwe se obetumi ayi ano ntentema ne enkompa cho why?
The edikan MPs dodo a egu parliament or oba obete so na say onu so di bi beka ho.
Okay. Better so. Next
question.
Next one. Me who said onam Captain Smart so na me nso me di hu no na ne sama o kan ni na to aso e na ye pe but edu be bia Captain Smart kra no ne nam no ono gina be bi otumi ka se o ono se see the ballot box see ha obeto ama MPP ebe ne sa discouraging na se be yehunu no nti ono so adwen tre be no so wo sa de no
Okay.
Esno Captain Smart na Esno Kofi Koranteng.
Alright.
So I say Esno Captain Smart na Esno na mpese youth no ubia mo fa adwene Captain Smart say me Kofi Koranteng na say me kese me rekoto ama NDC ana me rekoto ama MPP a mo ubia nkese Kofi Koranteng nti muri di machi mo na me ka no te say ese mo de mo adwene ye adwuma nti enkodi Captain Smart achi blindly. What do you believe say the right thing? Hina na let to down for the last 29 years. Imagine and say Captain Smart into Kotoama the way a Captain Smart ko and I could frequent into Kotoama the way. Shene ye Juma ma ebeboa.
Zagreb me mo akwaba.
Majimuso, daddy.
Just 10 seconds bisa question yan kompacho.
Daddy, and you bro and you shira pa daddy. Mu be said e pese ni mu ye kra wo ma wo. Daddy. Me ti abrochi se bi me ti abrochi. But me nwa no mo fie no ntino. E den yan ho na e betina aboye bra. Daddy, me dear, they say we campaign what me right? They say my money about 50 miles this year.
Amen.
Because me bro no na me tisu wala pass on. Sabi you. Omo ni say na me so me tie. Me kakra me wo ha no. Me so me pia kakra mo mo. Daddy, be bia o bia no. O so because daddy ya bre.
Sir.
For anu si ma me pacho, o time aso.
Momra a platform no so Telegram platform na fa onipa 50 no mra na mom starting your wild. Masa. Munya anya grow. Ye ni abre.
Me da se Zagreb me da se papa. Ma me fa ni pa fro. Alex, mo akwaba.
So Telegram.
Ja OHENE ya mawajo any Mr. Kofi ya mawajo ye ne adwuma pa mo ye.
All right. Yanko.
Well, this kind of speech and you to me a party in system, you know. But I have a good question for Mr. Kofi Koranteng.
Okay. Yanko bisano. Wako. I'm so free so until my memfa minua we. Black eye, me pa cha mo akwaba.
Yeah, Munia.
Just 10 seconds. I'm ready or program for front and patch up on it.
Yeah, bonito. Odi kamichi obibia and ye team mo kodo. Ye nyu program no. Bring him into no. Made no a question and maybe sir. Mr. Koranteng. Ghana for no already no. You lose interest. You da man yan leaders no. Nti akase bebre na mafo will say. Na say opportunity oba. Na say be ebe lead Ghana. Nyama ben na edebe Ghana fa. Obason so what have a back to ourselves. Na nyama bens no oyo epede eyi system no kra obama system no work amen. Only question am pede biso. Medasi.
Okay, we're going to build wealth. You better build the wealth. And you did break Ghana for you build the wealth, and then you Ghana for in your lifestyle. And you're just about getting a job. But who are or Tihosano or what Germany, or lifestyle, and your job was so quick, man, when your paycheck or lifestyle, and then or lifestyle, and no near power Ghana. The be free or cry corruption because corruption is a capital punishment. We cause loss to the state, you get killed. Period. Okay. Next question.
Papa Medaspa. Lady May Mwakwaba.
Yeah, wait there. Good job.
10 seconds, Pepe Bonitoni and Compacho.
Me pese me who say, Yen Papa Koranteng, this is the first time. I mean, yebe chum because I already kind for number no Ghanaians don't ask questions.
Ask your question. Don't worry about it. Go ahead with your question.
So, what are some of the changes that you think say Ghanaian will see, touch, feel as you come into power? If let's say these people are allowed because Ghana for for power, what has me question person who do Ghana? Again, never share Ghana and so say Papa biti so Ghana right from the airport.
Easy. Law and order and Mrabeya Juma. Cleanliness.
Thank you.
So right there from the start.
Yeah.
And you may be a visually right there. Next question.
Yeah. Okay. Mami misa brain sanitizer sisi ana yango. Brain sanitizer mo akwaba.
Michelle OHENE,
Brain sanitizer prepare. Wo de wo ye Kofi Koranteng great supporter. Minim said next year you know by vice president Kradia. Bisani opesa bisani yanko.
OHENE ye wait ye program no bet ye bo aba so say wetim di Kofi Koranteng about life so. Na ye de kakra be ka chete fo nyina ne say wo ma yen kan wo ne support Mr. Kofi Koranteng. Na ye benya betterment of Ghana na ye hwehwe no. Ti me de kakra me
Brain sanitizer we are spokesperson to Kofi Koranteng na.
Maybe a full support of Kofi Koranteng.
Full supporter. Okay, me da say bye bye. Nyame aduma otina ye besa de number so. Aye. Otina ye besa de number so why enti yen free ase na yanko. Nana Hozi e wa ase yemfa no na yenti ni o kana Nana Hozi.
Oh, Nana yento kasa no.
Mama share
Oh, okay, yet. You good.
He's a fortune. Up into the organized Ghana for no 1 year MP. Whilst you any MP and son, I are fighting one. All one chat, and you want to be a winning one. Now must stop it 2 dogs. Oh, baby, I want to any MPs first. Any MPs by 40, 30. Nay, fighting one.
Okay,
Mr. Kofi, answer now be in the question no. Nipa kakra wa chire mpacha me ma time say na wie bibia na kwa na say o pese bi answer na.
Yanko my text into your time into you there yanko.
All right. And yina no man nipa nipa
senior Martin there. We're going for the presidency because changes can only be made at that level in Ghana today. Ekokaye parliamentarian into me change because I want seditious people and you have to caucus with the NDC or the MPP, majority or minority. You can't stand alone and carry I had 50 people, I had independent I had them or parliament. It's mama can I say into or there any majority phone kaya adwin and any minority phone kaya adwin into mon konan kekere. Oh, I know so ye create caucus be na ye make your decision. On into ye go for presidency no.
Me bacho future president me bacho sa na wa me aso ate say we osomafo te say na ye so na nanom asoma say ye ntwi mpenfo nanim no monye the right ma Ghanaians no ono nie oba beje o man Ghana bacho wo hwe na den na apese obisa na den na apese oka intentem 10 seconds
because what busa ni nyama mdada.
Okay.
The person busa Mr. Kofi ne say me am feeling that at the background. But then I come to busa say oba Bible ni koro ana ye de so enu obeye fi ho de na no agosu na begina na mu ana se da bi enu ni nya
masa ti de make any ye Bible ne bosom ne sa ne nkosi hwe wo mo ye sa ne mani na so mo de sika mo nya concept no ye say wo di sika ye twa uti wo pe no na wo pe de na jide mo concept yi
Alexander Bacho wa ba so dada na
salute. Buonasera tutti. David, today we are doing a program which is very interesting. When we talk about the new generation of Ghana, we must get rid of NDC and MPP. You know, so this is very interesting. But I have a question for Mr. Kofi Koranteng. Senior man, you said that you want to bring a system that will automatically register every action of any public dependent. Okay, how can you
every
use
transaction?
Every transaction or any operation of any public worker. How can you use such system in Ghana if we don't have people with such capacity to use such technologies? That is all my question.
Okay, so now that's all my answer will be, do these people use cell phones? Yes or no?
Yeah, of course, they do.
Okay, that's the level of education you need to operate the system. Next question.
Hello, Bacho, Papa so ntibusa ne opese obisa bia.
I can't hear you, big man. I can't hear you.
Okay. Ono a mute no nti me bia man. Bacho, bie wo mic no why?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Okay, cool. Now, my question is, since independence, You know, we've had so many politicians, you know, over and over and over, and yet this is where we find ourselves now. My main question is, also a lot of politicians, when they gain power, they say election campaigning is different from governing. I don't know, you are familiar with that, you know, statement. Campaigning is different from governing. So campaigning, no, I don't know, said the refer, when they were first campaigning and all that, people supported him because they sounded so good. You know, we had a lot of high hopes in them and all that. What makes your campaigning different? And I say, a tier for back earlier on, just about 2 minutes ago, or say, then I just said, basically, you are not going to be just like, because start from being a parliamentarian, then you have an insight into it, so that we won't have the same effect. Say campaigning is different from governing.
Okay,
so,
let me answer a question now.
Number one question, and my second question is, Ghana, your productivity is very, very, very low. Pre-pandemic, now 4.1. America is 100, you know, on the index. That is what they use to gauge. South Africa in 2019 was 27.57. Ghana is 4.1. I've said it again, say, nobody can do anything in Ghana apart from borrowing to build. Meanwhile, borrowing to build, you know, build, and then you cannot maintain, and so everything falls apart. So what can you do to increase our productivity from 4.1, which is abysmal? Those are my questions.
Okay, good. Those are very simple, basic, fundamental questions. So listen clearly so I can answer you. What's the campaigning difference from governance? Now, the reason why campaigning is different from governance for them, and then they say, you see, when you deal with a group of people who are clueless, who don't know what they're doing, obviously campaigning will be different, because they come in with a conception set, just because I can campaign and get people to vote for me, you know, maybe more, okay, I figure out what to do. Concept of knowing what to do, and I American before said, good functional thinking, you know, are different from just being smart, and I say being an intellectual. Yen Ghana for no ye mupi no ye feel say obi ye intellectual onimbibi, but there is a huge difference between obi ye intellectual ni obi ye functional. You see, a hono na separation neba no. Inti a hon so na wo can say nkrofo yi, they seem to be friends say intellectuals, and a one so wo committee who say anka me be ye parliamentarian at least for a couple of terms, anka me who governance, an assumption that we will make it from a weakness and misunderstanding of the problem. And let me prove it to you. One more parliamentarians for obi or 20 years, 30 years, no. Who said it. Who difference be our it has nothing to do with how long you stay in the wrong chamber. If you don't have the good thinking to do it now, you can stay in for 100 years, you won't know how to do it. Into assumption say somehow no se me parliamentarian mehu governance no enye no correct, wrong. I'm proving it to you, because one more boss is saying no, one to be no. Number two, we say productivity low. Productivity no, Ghana no, where we stand right now no, there's only one way out. One way out, and they say till we can make a capital infusion into agriculture to get raw materials to put into our agro-based industries now, and then produce for the country. Once we get a surplus, we export, and we get foreign exchange reserves for that exportation, pay down our debt, and start building wealth. No, that is the only pathway, I guarantee you. Everybody who is smart will tell you that this is the only pathway. You can't do it any other way, because of the rate, the is ballooning. The interest on the money we've borrowed now is ballooning at a rate faster than we can produce. That's why we have 4.1% production rate. So these are your answers, and they're pretty simple if you know how. Next question.
Okay. Nana ya mpacha obisa question, but Mr. Koranteng, I'm say obi ese nka opeso obaso na oye adwuma otwi car e UK na ye tie ne say answer na or say okay, please ask my question for me. I'm working. Or say to win election costs $100 million. Mpacha no kra na.
And let me tell you why it's not. And this is also
It's
a
not
big.
how will you finance?
Okay, so let me prove a point. This is simple math. And that's why we are so thankful to OHENE David for engaging us. Because they say, so I interview you, OHENE David, it saved us millions of dollars. Because OHENE David has an incredible reach. Now, more back OHENE David program, so I'm OHENE David, OHENE David, ne loyalty when you're from Muni Nano. The program in mu decided say mube vote to amamea. Then I wouldn't have to pay you to say the NDC and MPP. Into a convergence of money. Ma converting money, no. So move on, sir. In fact, the American matter here. Into interaction see, and na ye bon paye se. OHENE David num ma woman din num woman ye be ye said the woman crofo edi womachi no. If the people who are going to ultimately end up voting for you get convinced before the election, say we have to vote for this guy because he's making sense. Why do we have to pay them? Hence, why do we need $100 million? Come on, get out of here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but so bet me a question, no.
Okay, that's my man. From the day one I'm here this month, and I'm doing my voting, man. Good. I'm in UK.
Thank you,
my
sir.
name is Nanayao. But me were two questions because it seems like what can't say, but me was still two. My problem in Ghana, language barrier. Yeah, tia bridge there. I go school kakra there tibrofono. But yeah, nanom, and yeah, mammo, I will convince the youth, no. So, into language in English, I am breaking the kakraman and from when it gets to me and you, to Ghana people, say a call outreach now. And the two, as a leaflet for the people, which speaks because it saves time for the learners, And the two, the security in Ghana is very, very poor. So that one, so you need to notice it and put it down, know how to work about it. Because we need to get the presence of the securities, whereby the judicial system, more presence around the people to minimize the crime, That's the big problem. And also, and the roads. And the roads. And the, you can't say, the light system, water system, and the road. That's my biggest problem.
Okay. Let me tell you.
Nanayao, your question, I'll be no mind.
Nanayao, Nema Wakain, no, simple things. Level 1, a new level 2, a level 1 in terms of difficulty. Identity, because listen, all kind of security, roads, they are quite there. Say, and say, we'll make a decision. Say, well, yeah, quite. But you don't need any brain to fix the road. I didn't know here to fix the road. And I'm make a decision to fix the road.
Yeah, then out here, with the Bay Road, also acquiring any titashi, so Obabe can't be. We don't need any money from one. We just collect the road tolls and then fix them.
Because you see, as a leader, you have to be decisive and principled. And I mean, we're using a DBA for the National Development Plan. Into what National Development Plan? We are president. What can say crown? No, as a sound I say, yeah, roads to be ubia because you have a National Development Plan. We have to go by. But what did they make? Can I say? Into National Development Plan no overrides the president. The moment we enshrine the national development plan into the constitution, what president on the national development plan, the SSA. Into yes, annual many na ya shame the Nanaya Beka security, roads, lights, nominate annual na, and in our national development plan. Into Nanaya wouldn't how, and then they said a macano, Sanny level 1 yoma. Come on, this is simple stuff.
Many Bajo question, Yanko, 10 seconds, Bajo.
Yeah, Kofi, I hope somewhere there.
Yes,
I can't
sir.
remember
Yes, sir.
Your friend is saying after election now, you film no, ya kasaya, it was Zoom, ya Zoom meeting, my kasaya, my
Yeah. Thanks for coming back. Thank you.
But at the me person make cancer on say sometimes no Ghanaians no almost about based on who players are almost wechi. Sometimes ebidi mahama nyina no enye so omudi mahama echi kwa ebi obidi mahama echi because of Sami Jemfi enti and as obidi Ekufuado echi because of ebi ofori atanti the American what man say. But all along all the time no uko round. We need to know your team. We team odi wa mo ba bebu o man no. E we say you starting who o mo back at least. You starting who o mo back. Maybe that is my point.
Very good. And I'm 100% with you. No. In fact, repeat of mistakes via all the previous administrations now, Until we are very, very careful who we call into the inner circle. Until we have put together a team, one more investigating one more name say we are considering them. Edano, I'll give you an example. Edano obi frame no catch him. Kofi, na mo kra se mo hia sika. Ade na nkofo amon befa wo mo 10 ministers yi ni ade won from na won ka se obi afa 1 million emra na say debi. Yenye eno a condition because yen pese obi ade ni sika beba obi feel say ode ni sika benti yemfa no. Into no woman ye consider one more for positions no kra no woman nim say ye consider one more because ye investigate one more. So into minua ye na emre nu ho we'll usher them out at some point. Into mubenya way before the time comes for election. May election the president is going to shuffle
Hello, Terry.
Oh, fireman.
The question na yanko ni taw na fe aka ni pa be me san wa chi na your question phone segment no ba choko.
I'm the last no me share Mr. Koranteng work free mind show so now can be said what's na bridge what's na US why adwuma anyway I'm say your president or is you no school outreach until na menya gidie woni mu say oh okay and you hu and your mapa wa outreach until the people back Ghana but oba e no I disappointed power with him until yes na oba yes na the ono aka so oba be no enko yes de ye bampanyi we nso be kan ye bi ene ebo so be say ye bi ana because ye mpanifo nyino mu tu kwan kwa outreach mu nyino mu hu de omu fa kwan pa no bi so omukotena omkoda hotel papa ni so omuba na still na ya masses na ya wase na ye mom ye sika na omusan ba bejejeje nti nyese eno abi ano no so de eba ono so ba be bi medase
Okay, ya da si papa minia ya da si dodo amefa Mr. David
onye de me pese me ka me team bio because I know some crofo abosa de no so pa hate you edushafo minti asemo. Just because we are eloquent, just because we good education, just because we are free a free pem, wakasa fine, we degrees say no, and no any determinant of good governance ni leadership. Good governance and leadership no comes from good functional thinking. Muntia sama mekano, and no ni element variable this a separate. One more leaders from one more rulers, Inti what kase obi a good functional thinker when to me anye bibia. Then no reflected to me. But say wako school watna brichini there. Come on, man. A dime a dozen. Obi akwa brichi obi atna ako school where ye no interest in nyansa. No interest or functional. Inti mamo don't get deceived. Or yeah, abia they could have been exposed. But just by the fact that we are exposed, no doesn't mean that we are functional.
Mr. David.
Yeah, Dave, good evening.
Good evening. Where the bonita mama your time also?
Yeah, I remember Michelle. Mr. Kofi.
Yes, sir.
Mate, I've been following you religiously. Yeah.
Thank you.
What you're bringing on board is very, very, very powerful. Yeah.
Thank
and that
you.
is what I believe the youth is looking for. We are looking for a young person who is going to come to the top and do things that nobody has done. Yeah.
Thank you.
So we give you, that thumbs up. But my question is, you're not coming to work alone.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to work with people.
Mm-hmm.
You just said you've started to, you are monitoring people that they don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The team is, not me. There's a team.
Okay, there's a team that is doing that. What I have experienced as a Ghanaian and in Ghana is when you get to the top, people begin to change.
Mm-hmm.
And when people begin to change, it affects the head. Yeah, in this case.
Okay, do you mean the leader or the people in?
The people around the leader.
Okay, go ahead.
The people around the leader. The corruption starts with the people around the leader. And then it gets to a point where the leader cannot talk because he himself enjoys some of the corruption.
So, you answered your own question. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if you are coming with people, then you must know the people 100% that, hey, these people, they are not going to go behind me. Yeah.
Okay.
Human beings are not perfect. They can change. But for what you are bringing on the table, and we're going to support you, it means that you must be very sure of what you're saying and what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Secondly, I'm coming to the education part. I personally think if we go back to the 70s, the education system is the best that we can have. You go to primary school, from primary school, you go to middle school, you go to secondary school. Before you get to the university, you are matured. Right now, this SHS and whatever system takes children at 16,
totally
18
agree
to the
with
university.
you. So don't waste your time. I totally agree with you.
Mr. David, for one see mame. What time is why?
So so all I'm going to say is, please, we will support you.
So let me answer your question. Okay, let me answer your question because I know what you're talking. Okay, so the first thing. So let me. You said it and then you answered it. You said, yeah, because the leader himself and the people are also corrupt. Well, that's what we're eradicating. We're taking out the corruption element. So then the people cannot give you any surprises. So you answered your own question. There won't be any corruption in our government, or you're going to die. We're going to kill you. Well, we're not going to kill you. The system will, okay, because it's going to be part of the Constitution. So you answered your own question. Now, the part that you said, oh gosh, you said about the education also. It's going to be relevant just as much as we need. And like you said, we're not going to argue with that. The system with this free SHS, and this whole nonsense has bottlenecked our system of education we're spitting out people who don't have a clue what they're doing. So we're going to have to scale back, take a look at it, and reshuffle, readjust it. And we're going to take chunks out of the Scandinavian and the German style of education. They are the most sophisticated and will help with the Ghanaian people, the Scandinavian, the German. If you take a look at it, you'll be very, very impressed. So
I'm saying, what's your done America more and so
no, the brofo, so the brofo by fire, Namiko Ketchy, no anti-Asia, Nippon also maybe some question.
Now you're tree mona or ban so baby sign question to or baby sa American slangs a cry. Master said, what the Yakasa baby, it's answer. Nipper baby complain, say Akufuado or Nim Ghana, and I shall obey that because or buy a brofo, and crowd and shut down teach ye. Nanka Ghana ni mapa, wa cran in Crobaby or Ghana with Nimo. And you know, Mr. Say, no, me, I know a question back one, but one amount, my family, nipa me bear me and send be working, but oh, say, as a we nipa be out that breo. I feel so Ghana for quite a mufas or moon winning election, Wow, plans bia. Ba wo bay no wo kwan bi a wo nim se wo de hia Ghana for na e betumi am wan win election because they say one wo ho emmo wo system no bebre wahu enti what is the way forward then I obey sesi a wo so ye bete wonka winim John Dramani Mahama wa free so enso enra me wan ma me hwe social media yi so me hwe se yesi wadru kuro bi a wo see school dan bi see ho no ma wanwie wono atumi asen finance am ya bie school dan na bra onye president bi akọ commission enti sa obaka this time no de no ejiji nsem num ahrer do ma amanie keta yesi bibia si onum ananya ho mpa an no nto aduro se say no wo so wayi ne say because yen sheda hu ye ewo system num social media no so de enkofo kakra nim wa ye body osuo enti no ewo remote areas ni underground works ni ade no wo plans ne say wo ho no na me ma me ahomra so
simple the tie say Mahama no ne nkrofo ya wo ken sika eye Ghana fo sika wo mo astache egu ho no ne ma wo mo sa privilege no because Mahama yinim na nsa no ba ban mu na oba me ho New York a obedi Chinese wo me fie nti yenim no
wow
oh yes me apartment wo New York Bronx oba me etna si di Chinese nti minim no nti
na chese Mahama so nimo
oni me waka cheda oni nti me enye sika bi no nya nti ene awo enye sika ode ye de oye eye Ghana aban ene adwuma obeye ma Ghana nti ena wenye se sika no
say Kofi every so nti ye twen no say obesia abaso bi mo be join ni sesia na ye ne no abonko oha ma me fa no mpacho wo so Kofi
yeah
okay to aso man
me say muntie me say muntie ni you me say Mahama no oba ye no sika oba ban mu obenya ye ni ntina oh want still hello what it
mpacho ye te won kapa ye te
me say Mahama oba ye a mosisi no o kosisi school adan okotoa so ne ade no sika oba ban mu obenya ye no ntina sisi ode ye sa na oba ban mu no ye de so ya anka no ho mpre no ne na ma o sisi ye ya one nam anka adwuma obeye ye no Ghana fo ebehwe de ato aba ama no ansakra na nka ye nyini mfiri ho nto ma MPP wa ma ye ne nneoma yi ntina no ho pre no ye no ye base ye be ye nneoma yi ye ni sika bi a yakwaji Afri Ghana fo ho Afri mistakes ni deals of mo buy on be ye Bass Brandon no Gida nom ne de keka ho on be di sika no ye na ye ba ne abehwe mu yie ne de a kire Ghana fo
o han say why you no ka de jam o ka say ba kama panti ha ho kra na ye free kasa mai
okay
very good
yes inti the meme can say ye mfa ye ho compare Mahama ye ni sika bi ada ho ene ye ni abusuafo bi a wo mo sponsor yen a yen ye be signing of Ghana Japade ama wo mo eno ne ye pese Ghana 40 no inti ye de hard earned money supporters support yen no ye Ghana fo a wo mo gidi si ebetumi aye bibi ene wo mo di yachi ene ye no wo mo ba inti ye door to door boot for boot no ye call round ebia enye die or die be die ena ebia enye your friend saying or can I say all die be die ne do or die there be but ye cop boot for boot ni there ye cop ye meeting crofo ye ko nkurase ye ne nkrofo kasa wo so ye ka wo makoma wo mu say ye no there ye no ye bibia eye ye mu si ye de ye enye say ye di bebu obi kwase ase de wo mo bebu nkrofo kwase
acha bi o mic no ne yanko no mbacha obisa question ne yanko
good evening, good afternoon. My question is, Mr. Koranteng, or plans being away for housing, and secondly, Kwame of us are bridging the gap between the north and the south. Thirdly, corruption. We say what the execution about corruption, but what consider international human rights issues, because even your one for you sent you to death, you sent someone to death, prison. President means sign because of the human rights and those things. So at the end of the year, I won't follow a victim like this man, this President Kwame Nkrumah, the former Congo president. What is his name? I forget his name. A minute.
Okay, no problem. Bram Bacho Mwakwaba. Bram Mbeton Kan Bacho Utimenka. Kofi Asante. Hello. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm say baby on a network hanadrin. Network. Nti yamfa nipa from na afi omraso. Lawrence.
Yeah, David. Yeah,
Bro,
David.
bibi abako.
Yeah, me adumo na Utimenka there.
Meto nka papa yanko bisa ni opese bisa bia ni yanko.
Okay. Yo, me drive it, you know, me David. In fact, near my Canada, nka my country bia to say Ghana person develop.
Yeah.
But akufu adunti media necessary I mean obi keep promise bia me just anybody need.
No.
Because you better take akufu adu war opposition not me tell how you reduce the petrol so. On Bisani say I send how is he going to fight corruption? Okache say obey the announced principle to fight corruption. And now I need to go for omo bubu na sepre. Because they are stealing omo ria. So David, media despite as comparing Akufo-Addo to Muhammad, Eskana Muhammad or Jesus Christ. Because near Yehun in Nano, may catch us say Muhammad is Jesus Christ as compared to Akufo-Addo.
Yeah, semo. Okay. For anusi mame. For anusi mame. Mbacho.
Yeah, Muhammad Kosi. Yeah, Manusi. Muhammad Kosi school that be near the fight. So all position crowd even for yes, I know the school there. And better than Obi on high play. So I never shall because Akufo-Addo play now on high day in free. Can you free? On an improve na kum na omo din kwasem except taxpayers money. Enti me there make man say near all Canada ye bomb man say nko obetimi aba. But yes say open you because Ghana for a brand there. Ghana for a
Mate.
Me kwajuma no pa na
wadwuma wokɔ de eno de emfa ye ho sisi akora ye ni abra baby edru no wadwuma wokɔ de Esther em say Esther was so no enkoyo asemo Mr. Kofi we de em say yakasa 2 hours wada roma den ne wano disem obeka me de baby ho hia me pa ne kwan a obefa so a obenya Ghana for because Ghana ente say America de obetumi de wonsem ni nyina akwa akoto dwa ye hwe wo vision ekuta one won si hwe pa wo ma oman na yetumi gina so betoma ba Ghana won kwa mfa so ewin election no ho na me pese me hu se won so den na se ti e firi abiri na abiri koi wa bo apinchen me nua no ma omugu o de sen entitan fidie so omo ka say ye hwehwe mu kakra freedom fighters ye ne say Uko Ghana nkasa ye ho asem adu ho but enuru honom te se ne wodom eta ye chi wo internet no so no wo mo mutie enkese pa no wo mo nyina gu abrochire se abrochire American obi o Togo kra wo abrochire because Togo no wo bo se onya credit etumi hwe be Ghana hwe credit kwa beto agu phone so kra no ya asem enti wono mo abrochire ne ti wono mo Ghana nkasa de den enti wo mo no won hihye ne sen ene sen ye wusi ye ibrawi no me pese wo de JJ Rolling spirit no bi ebowra Ghana fo no wahu enti wahu brase ne de enka ye perfect we need it to say ye call akwaya otisi sesi wo America papa no
Biden
Biden, one also your bro to say why, but America for Subai, Ghana for Subai, no, different. Oh, and you know, who can such Ghana for you, and they send you who approach you now. The way you approach, you know, we fear Kakra. Me no, because freedom fighters, help, Nipa 720, and our Matia free 800, Ababi, Moshe is here, and Tia Bessere, Monko and share video, no, yeah, Babe Poano, Yadamase.
Minia, Sisi, baby, we are here, do no, Kane na ye de. Bows and arrows na eko na yeba weapons of mass destruction, nuclear.
Yeah.
They say the artificial intelligence near deko. Artificial intelligence no ukura wunhu se ewo and so na edi wase.
Okay.
Enye gidigidi na enye kese eya dwene. So the rules of the game no asesa. Inti JJ strategy no de bedi ye no de ba na anka omplesi. JJ bae no oye ku wie ye no nya tumi no de ye de oye ye no. On the outside no wa obia no bia nten nkan ye.
Okay.
So inti say no rules of engagement na asesa. Enye se wokasa wo ye he na there be artificial intelligence.
All right.
The onim the most no.
Artificial intelligence, no. O the baby tree and now person which is saying no. Because if you one more to a back, no, and your mom can bro for now. Yeah, my memory of one sebi yen yanko square no baby yan ye kosan like well yan mugufu na ye kosan like na do 12 extra see ama de eche obenya ba na to agi say awia no mienu ana say du mienu yan ka bro for ya
ohini wuntie enso no ye nyina no ye wo abusuafo a wo mo so sebe wo makọ school kakra wo mo no beti de Kofi Koranteng ka na wo ma sone so de ama ye nananom ye nuanom a wo mo wo sebe nkurase bi a wo mo nte de ka na se because kai se ye wo abruchi ne edi sika bre wo mo no mdidi o nti wudi usika na ekọ a na waka asem ato so se sika ya me de brebre a ma bre wa abruchi a menye sika ya me de send we koto aba na tuma Kofi na yenso yen ho hen han yen kakra so eno ne transformation na edeba
now ba so be address Ghana ko a wo be ka ni twi ana brofo
be ka ni twi na wuntie de me ka kire obia ne se Kofi Koranteng no sebe ye ka se ye ba since no 2019 inti se obi ntemenka enya de a enwanwa because Ghana politics no ye di sika pa na ye di pia de ye ne se ye ne nkrofo kasa ba even nkrofo a ye ne wo mo kasa kra no mpo no ye nkra na ye fi se ye ni sika bia no mpo no government no tumi de 3-4-500 million dollars tumi de ye elections no campaign no ono no tumi suro yen so much say ye fi ballot so a now I should tell you something kakra.
Okay. Mr. Kofi. Messia flow be ama ye better no wedding komo na ye hu niema ekoso no pa na kebi mbacho de na obebi sa Mr. Kofi Koranteng na afi yenko why
Mr. Kofi we the first time I meet you ni so me so me US me soja ni o US ya me come share dan che bia ba me question ne say nkofo a me no mo kasa o US ha ni nyina so unim expert ase ye wo experience na ye pese ye de beboa enti say ba eno no how are you going to do it because ye will be say ye pese ye ba ye beboa fi enso so sa chance no enti
simple
to be an answer she ben e na de beto ho a minim say brochifo bebre e be ka ho a ye betimi aye adwuma no kra ma biaka
me de se wakasa ene mo ba ya mo be ka yi na muntie bi nti de be ne se minua ye baby be a friend a diaspora secretariat ebe recruit ebe chin wiase mu na Ghana for ye at the best of their levels no ye de woma be fie how you like that so sani ye be recruit the best can bebie ni wiase mu a Ghana ni inni expertise wo e wa abruchire ohene wunim sa ye bema wo mo proposals that they cannot refuse to say momre fie na momeboa ye ni mpija Ghana
Okay. Esther, for one December na yanko your time na so abrusu bebre.
Onye David Midawase, Pete Mibisa, Mr. Kofi Koranteng, me one WhatsApp group ni Montino, Nyame Wawa Baby. Pese Mibisa ni say, Oba Power, Obeke and also Obeka Brofo, because most of the time, no machine Baby, ni Brofo ne dosu do. I see, tree no. And Timisre no Oma chin indoors and sim Brofo no. Senior Beya, Yanu no more won't crass in here, you know, said you won't crass in here, the idea no more de, ombeti do can see ye. After some person Bisano say, yeah, you were broaching no. Your bed a vote to.
Yo.
Okay. And man, yeah, that's obey your question and why? Oh, yeah, last caller.
Yo, that's we last caller, dear. Mamen Tomboase, na mencho. Ropa no, ye koye no, ye dinkunim ewo court, na electoral commissioner, any NDC ni MPP force a woman menye juma, inti ye no mo kase enye implemented ye. Inti till se electoral commission be implemented no, abrichiri for intumin tuaba. As simple as that. Inti se ekufuado ne MPP. Pese womo boa abrichirifo a womo ba yen ye ho begi sika omde ye womo campaign womo de win elections na womo respect abrichirifo anka by na womo ye ropa no but womo respect yen womo mfa yen ye hwinti ena womo manye enye adwuma yen ye ba in the first 30 days no ropa ye be ma electoral commission say a CIA womo de call Parliament, Parliament benya finality was so ma electoral commission de ropa ayejuma in the first 30 days.
Okay. So, Mr. Koranteng, yeah, that's a papa. I was here for and the idea you made any scene to answer major papa. I'm in a final and some atujama yakono. Messer say, Abua for mobile almost so yasenano. Back your sister Dinah Fashion or United States of America or say a button tire say ya my dear, wow, mammy and our papa, oh dear, so quite a wedding, birthday, a year, dear Ben, be a wee piano, mon contacting a number no and a fat. Men my end pam near man free or the same Ghana Emerald, US one of my phone number na 718 8774927. O friend number ya obejo so dodo. Na wapam adwudwa de ahyew kama. One time travel and tourism kan cho say omo de say koba say wo Kofi na wo hia ticket ya obetwa ticket ama kama one time travel and tourism say omo betwa ticket ama kama onom ni me ba cho wo say ukodu fie na opeka ya round so a obema obi opeka e de akoye wedding obema ba ko de aka ho free ma o de afa o made for ekoba say on book hotel fanto ho no ma on fa nko ba bia say hotel le privé o de obeka hotel le privé e bo kwa menhia kofodua akropon kwan no so udru Abraham Lincoln dan ho no ma no wabu awra ho kokoda ma ho nwojo amonye hotel a anajo na akromfo abebu awuram anajo na yi wayi awura ho no maba be wiawa de debi hotel la privé omo ewo abu akwa kumase sister asanto kitchen say opese onu aduane ma waduane ko a opese onu ama no de kan keke wo ho anaba afi say we living ewo US so a bia na untumi nya kwan ensi form obesi form age say 1 year o say fa ne number no frɛ no da bia waduane besa no obedi dwa e de abra free we ene nkofo ma so yasena ye di dwumadi ebro na make also say OHENE David community clean up campaign so egu so den say see amena oka say yenya enipa ewo tamale a omo eba be so yasene ama omo gina ya nan mu ama yetumi aprapra tamale ntime sraw se wo ye obi a o free tamale ne mpatam ho ba bia na se opese wo boa ana se ba bia o free Ghana no wani gi aprapra na ekoso Ghana no ho a ye be sre se wo be boa yen kama ne yetumi akwa Ghana nyina na ama ahonedi ensem atumi adimu enti we ne nema kakra e pese esire free mo ho ahonedi de eye next to godliness is next to cleanliness enti tamale foi northern fo wine fo Kumasi be bia momwa ye na yentumi nkopra tamale so as ankra gwan so o my ready na mo maka nema ne kakra wa obetumi no na no mo a mo share bo no mesrɛ mo mo a na no mo share bo say mo sende asankragwafo ni sika no me pa chaw yes 200 Ghana cedi pe na akọ entimi mtọ or the saying wheelbarrow ba akompo enso mo hye boma wono mo mutie nyina mo ya ade mo ya ade mo amoboy bo hye bebrebe mo hye yi 300 Ghana cedi o say yes akọ Mrs. Abako from US na send me sremo enye enhye nkran nti mesre say mo so ya asene we mfa so bi afiri mo ma me so kakra metumi aye ne say with your help no yegyina ye mo na ye hye ase na mpemfo no adwemra kwa Mr. Franklin mi jawa mo akọ wanu di se me twato ene say mesia ba on chen bi boy
yo ne tie ne say ohene ye da se pa se wona wo pamfo mo ma ye akwanyen ene ye ne ohene David community na ehia ye ne ye se ye ne ohene David community ehia de ane ne wiasi na ehia nti ohene ye da se ne ofidi kasi so ye ka che abuchirifo ne Ghana fu na se adwuma ye na edene na imagine say organization bi etumi afa Ghana sika 5 million 10 million 20 me say 5 million 10 billion 20 billion 40 billion 50 billion na ye hwan a ye koyakoji sika efiri wo mo ho wo mo ne ye betwe won beto nkrofo agum ma won akoso confusion ebisebisa question bi say na Kofi say akoso doubt na de nani na nyampa de obusua ne say yen ye ba de pese ye beye no wo mo be kire wo mo but enu nso nti na won so ensisi wuti obia ensisi woji obia di na okase we die for once yenye we ni enhwe said ye beye afa me tese mo me ka mo ho na aboro me so nti say me huri wo no akosi compound ho said ye ti bia no yenso ye kubi ni akohwe ni asesa de ekoso no nti mo na me sra mo se mo bebo mechi do mo be so masne na mo beboa yen nti abrochirifo no ye ka mo meboa yen ene kasem mo ka kire busuafo mo di sika eba ye hie sika eya na abrochirifo no ye nsem odene dodo mo ma mo nsem nwo na mo mfa moa mo respond nkrofo ye nwuma mo meboa ni ntumi nya because wo dan na wasi no ya ansesa ban ya wo beba hanum se wo ba vacation bi di abaabo kon achi criminal am robber nti ya ansesa na muna no wo value a wo create wo asset a wo ha no so bete by default because Ghana na besei nti yesremo ye kasa muntie na mun get involved na mun take part of sa struggle mo abrichi kura there's a way you can contribute get involved in a conversation yedamase ohene David Adaroma ye pese hie mu ha wo bodaru da bia se ye ba umra na mo meka yen ho na yen kasa mo ohene wo me number obi a question when tumi amisa no question no ma we nye ewiye me WhatsApp number ohene ewo ho ubisa no question bia ye benya ye be answer amamo nti enye dene momma conversation nkoso yede masinya mi hira mo se munya abre ebe kan ye ho 2 hours echi ohene David ya mi hira pa se utumi ma we eye possible ene monkoso na ne wa pamfo wa busuafo freedom fighters for ne fix the country for munna no yede mase ya mi hira
okay yo ene yaso ye bedo wase papa se wonya mmere tintin we nyina na yetena ase minim se nyina no o man ne ho ye ntia be enei ena wo ne ohene David aba betena ase nka ye de ye hyeda nye nipa bia se na so wuti we etese ne ye president ene wanya kwan ne maba betena ha hweye na wunya adi na me ba befre wa wankasa na hwan ne ohene David ye se papa na o ti social media se obom penfo ajo so ojaja munya no ene sa bo ndem se o mo de enka
and you're careful because se nyame ya adom ne ye ba be mantam wo de waba ye hiamu na wa Ghana ne de funtuma de enya gro
wonderful waka ne sa de ne matepa nti me nuanom so ho no minim kwan abafa so aba approach on bet your time no ko yentumi nka hwe bie me pa chawo nyame adoma besia ba bedin komo fro bie nti me da say any time
all the
bye
best. Thank you.
bye 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 enti yen papa Kofi Koranteng na yen ni din komo no adofo am I ready say mo pese mo ba so nanka mo ba ma ye be din komo no mesre mo bebre say entumi nye possible why mesre mo amada ruma yentumi animo din komo bim o question no aka ho nyame adoma da fro ba so a na watimi aba bibisa question next time no be kan ho no aba enti na edi dwumadi ni besi bo modern se nyame adoma ochina obehia yen meda mu nyina amase mo am ha mentumi mo bo mu nyina mu de and comment aba is more than 1000 comments enti meda mo ase na edi besi ya obi oba me cha papa esa echuampon prince akwasi Eric entry mu nyina mo ase Letitia apia chum meda mu nyina mo ase and am di dwumadi ni besi have a wonderful time and take good care of yourself bye bye